everybody? I am back. Zach's back. We have missed you guys so much. We hope that our friends join us as we're here streaming live on this beautiful Sunday. And it feels so good to be back. I gotta tell you, you know what? Mississippi was amazing. I had an awesome trip. Met some really, really awesome people. That Southern hospitality, no doubt, is real. Long work hours as our friend Kyron is joining us. What's up, Kyron? Humbling. I love it. Yeah, Kyron.
So you say that Southern hospitality is doing pretty nice.
You know what? Yeah, the Mississippi accent and everything, it's very, very strong and very thick.
How accurate is this compared to the Mississippi?
So that's more like I want to say more
like southern state?
That's more like, yeah, southern, more like, I want to say Texas maybe, but I've never traveled to Texas. But like over there, you know what it's like, they go like, how you do it? Hey, what's up, Mir Kong? What is up? But yeah, it's Mississippi accent is legit, it's real, and it's but again, just there's such cool, loving people. And Zach's mic just fell right now. As you guys can see, that we're clearly we're in good shape here. But we're that excited to go ahead and be back, guys. A week was way too long to go without talking to you guys. We hope that you guys have been good. Yeah, you're gonna have to go ahead and unlatch a little bit more, and also get it as far close to that corner as you can. Yeah.
Gotcha. Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna rotate.
Yeah. But while Zach gets that going. Well, I clearly set him up for disaster right there. I'm just happy to go ahead and be able to talk to you guys. And I want to know from you guys, what happened this week with you guys? I need to know. How are you guys doing? What have you guys been up to? I mean, I missed you guys so much. And Kyron, again, it's so good to go ahead and just hear from you, my friend. We also have a new friend here, Amir Kong, which it's so awesome to go ahead and have just friends here talking Attack on Titan with us. As you guys know, this is Attack the Talk. We're going to go ahead and continue on. What? Oh, whoa! Happy birthday, Kyron!
Happy 18th, baby!
Let's go! Happy birthday, Kyron. That is awesome, man. And thank you so much for joining us here on this beautiful Sunday, which is also your birthday. What is up, man? That's
now
so cool.
We need to know.
Well, happy birthday to you, Kyron.
You're turning what, 18, 19?
I mean, if you want to go ahead, 18th, LOL, I wish. And we can go ahead and leave it at that, but you don't have to go ahead and disclose your age, my friend, because I did that.
No, you're good.
I did that during my audition tape, and I regret it kind of, because now I'm like kind of feeling, you know, maybe I aged myself out of that bracket, perhaps. But regardless, man, it's awesome.
You're always a young man.
You know, age is just a number, right?
Exactly. Age is but a number.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just ecstatic to be here. You read that one, Zach. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not cold. Actually, I'm actually pretty fired up.
Woo!
Pretty warm.
Yeah.
Allie's finally feeling the heat, baby.
I gotta tell you, man. Talk about heat. That Mississippi weather is all over the place.
It's muggy, huh? And then it rains, and then it's hot.
The thing is, you got thunderstorms that kind of happen sporadically throughout the day, right? And again, for me, like I work in a giant like box plant, right?
Yeah.
And it just gets so freaking humid. Heise, what is up, Heise? Man, Heise, it's so awesome to go ahead and hear from you, my friend. How have you been? We want to know from our friends, how's everybody doing? Obviously, Kyron again is having an awesome day because it's his birthday. We hope that you're having an awesome birthday.
We planned this,
and it just so happened the stars are aligning.
We just knew.
But yeah, but Mississippi weather is insane. Yeah, because again, you go ahead and you'll have some rain. But then it gets so freaking humid and hot that it feels like a sauna, you know?
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of, what was it? I went to Missouri to visit family.
Oh, yeah.
A while back. Same thing.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know why that reminds me of, where did I go? Kona. I went to Kona.
Okay.
Hawaii. And it was like, it would be humid and muggy and hot. And then the next second, you know, it's like pouring rain,
Yeah.
and then it was super dry, and then it would pour rain 3 hours later.
Yeah, it's weather. The weather is just insane, but I had a great time, and I'm just happy to be back again here with my friends. And Heisa says pretty good.
Glad to be here.
Heisa's asking how are we, and I know Zach, you said you're feeling really fired up. I'm fired up too, man, and I'm just happy to be here back with you guys.
It's been a good couple weeks for anime, in general.
Yeah. I mean, Zach is the anime guy. He knows his anime. You know, for me, like, if I need to go ahead and start a new anime, Zach's my go-to
I've
guy.
got a roster of like 50.
And even when he gives me an anime, and he knows that this is something I'm going to commit to, like, while I'm smack dab right in the middle of it, Zach will give me another anime
right
to go
when
to watch.
AJ gets to like the best part, I'm like, cool. So when you're done with that, watch this.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you know me. I can't, like, I have to focus on just one thing. But I did watch an anime in its entirety. What is available so far. And spoiler alert here, if you read Heise's last message, that is the anime I saw. Because Heise says
Chainsaw Man
on the last episode of Chainsaw Man. And that is the anime that I watched while in Mississippi. Like, I was there.
I've been meaning to watch Comey Can't Communicate. But
Oh, okay. See, Kyron is such an anime guy too.
yes.
It's so crazy. You know, like for me, like I know just like the main kind of popular ones, right? That people
Dude,
obviously go ahead and
all niche right now. I love Chainsaw Man. I started reading the
me
manga
too.
because I couldn't.
I say you are going to, yeah,
It's amazing. But I also
watch that last episode once you're done here with this podcast.
Yeah, I just yes.
Yeah, Denji is
and
awesome.
Power.
You know what's funny is that because there's very few. I don't want to say there's very few, but there's like for me. I mean, obviously you know my dad. Mm-hmm. And my dad has very specific kind of interest that is going to get him to maybe stick around for a certain anime, right? And dude,
I
do
feel
you
like
not
that's
think
right up his
Chainsaw
alley.
Man? Yeah, that's literally.
If you like AOT, you like Chainsaw.
Yeah, and so obviously AOT is something that my dad watched with me and Lex, and I also do want to say too that as you guys can clearly see, Lexi is not here. She is still on vacation. She's enjoying her vacation, and we want her to enjoy her vacation.
Out there enjoying
and
the scenery,
yeah,
and the mooses.
yeah, and she will be back. Yeah, she'll be back, guys. But she's on vacation right now, and so Lexi, hopefully you're having fun over on your vacation. But yeah, so
I've been super invested lately into. Well, look, the season just ended for Vinland Saga.
yeah.
Dr. Stone is still week by week, taking it day by day. I don't know if the season just ended. I think it might have. Mm-hmm. But I recently got back into Ranking of Kings.
Okay.
Which I know you have no idea what that is.
No. Ranking of Kings, is that with like this really little
It's
figure?
a little dude.
Yeah.
A little dude with the blue shirt, and he's death and mute.
I get Amir Kong says Mob Psycho 100.
Mob Psycho is
that one?
I mean, that one's solid too. I feel like you would actually really like.
Really?
Anyways, Ranking of Kings season 2 came out. I've been obsessed. And then I just started watching I think it's The Irregular at Magic High School.
What is it?
The Irregular at Magic High School.
Oh wow, yeah, that's one I haven't even heard of. Talk about niche, you really are.
Because I'm not on all my social media, I get all these recommendations for anime, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this, I've seen this.
Whenever you get a recommendation of something
When I get one that's something I haven't seen, I'm like, okay,
I'm gonna go ahead and watch it.
I'm like, let's give it a shot. And
keep in mind, guys, that this guy literally sacrifices sleep to just go ahead and watch all these different anime.
How do you think I caught up on One Piece in like a year and a half?
That's not crazy. He wants Denji's teeth.
I would love that. I actually, funny enough,
but you know what needs to be done in order for you to get those teeth, right?
I chipped a tooth. But it's not like you can see it. It's in the back of it. And I was like, I'm gonna get a fang. I'm gonna get a fang.
Yeah.
And then no fang.
No fang. But
no fang. Close, but no fang.
But yeah, Chainsaw Man is one of those anime where I watched it because I know that I wanted to see it for a long time, and I was planning on watching it for my trip over to Boston. And instead, I finished watching Hunter x Hunter, so I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll watch Chainsaw Man. And I didn't realize that season 1 is only like 12 episodes, and so I watched it. You know, before I knew it, man. Like I was already on that final episode, which obviously Heise is on right now.
Yeah.
And dude, it's awesome. And just to kind of put a little end to the story about with my dad, and he watched AOT. It took a little while for me and Lexi to get my dad to watch AOT, but he did, and he enjoyed it, which is awesome. And so now I'm like, you mentioned if you like AOT, you're gonna like Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, in my mind,
We have a mission now.
I'm like, dude,
we have a mission
I'm
now.
telling my dad because my dad was there with me over Mississippi. We were there for work, and I'm telling him like, you need to watch this, right? Obviously,
And the best part
he's
is, it's
back.
not like AOT where he has a bunch to catch up on.
No.
It's he can just bing, bang, boom, get it done, and now he's
caught up, and then we wait for whenever season 2. Exactly. And so he said that he's got some shows to catch up on, but then when he's got the time, he said that he'll give it a shot. So we got to wait for that.
Pause everything, Chainsaw Man. He can get it done in like a week.
I'm not going to say anything. Why would I say something? I say you need to watch it for yourself.
It's the
Come
final
on.
episode of the season.
Yes.
Season.
Not
final
episode of the
just
season.
Season. Don't worry, there's still a lot more Chainsaw Man.
I think
to come.
that you're aware, if you're already at the final episode of season 1, you're aware that crazy stuff could happen. Because,
even the middle of the season is crazy.
Like, so you just got to watch and see what crazy stuff happens. That's the thing, is that you have to watch
all I
it.
could do for a while was just go. Go on.
Dude, the first time that happened, I was like, oh shit, what?
It catches you off guard.
Yeah.
You're like, huh?
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's badass. But yeah, so that's the anime that I watched, and I'm very happy that I did. And you know me, I mean, I waited for reason of watching it dubbed, and I did, and I watched it dubbed, and I want to give kudos to the voice actors who did the voices, because I really liked the voices. I feel like it really matches, and I know that
You
people.
watched it in dub, huh?
Whoa, Lexi is joining us. Hey, what's
Yeah,
up, Lex?
Lexi.
Lexi says happy birthday, Kyron, of course, and we're gonna sing to Kyron at the end of this episode. So Kyron, stick around so that all of us can go ahead and sing to you. But Bahai says Aki is badass, even though his katana shortens his life. Yeah.
Hey,
And,
that's the best part about the katana.
Yeah. So also too, we should also preface here that we need to give spoiler warnings, because there probably are some friends here that haven't watched Chainsaw Man yet, as well as we do our spoiler warning stuff with Attack on Titan, and so this is our spoiler warning, guys, that for anybody that has not seen Attack on Titan in its entirety, or even seen Chainsaw Man, as we have been talking about
any anime.
just spoiler warning to our friends, because we love to go ahead and dive into that rabbit hole. But yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. Kyron says, side note, I just finished Death Note like a week ago. Yes.
Damn.
Wow. Now that Death Note is a lot different from Attack on Titan or Chainsaw Man, for the fact that it's so psychological. It really is like an anime.
It's amazing.
Of like a chess match, you know? And when you go ahead and watch that, obviously, I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a moment that people stop watching in Death Note. And then, I mean, rightfully so. Again, I'm not going to say what moment it is, because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But when you go ahead and continue watching it and how it ends, it really does leave you kind of bewildered a little bit.
I love the ending. I will say this time and time again. There's a specific meaning behind the ending, and it leaves it up into interpretation, and I love it. And a lot of people don't realize it. Yeah,
see, Kyron, literally the perfect word, breathless. Right? And yeah, it's
you know what your dad and you would really like? Vinland Saga.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that, and I think my dad would really like it too. That's one that I was thinking about starting, because it's been generating a lot of high
Season
praise.
2 just ended. It's dude.
I saw it too for the longest time over on Netflix, and I was like, oh, this is super cool.
Netflix is pretty much caught up. Netflix is beat for beat. But AJ,
we're going to talk about Netflix later too.
I have no enemies. That's it. Thank you, Vinland Saga. I have no enemies.
All right.
Awesome.
That's awesome. But I got to get my dad to watch Chainsaw Man first. And then the good thing is, like you said, it's only season 1.
You should play the first episode of each one.
No.
And let your dad pick which one he wants to watch first.
Because if I try to go 1 and 1, then I already know what's going to happen.
I just saw him a trailer of both of them.
My dad's going to go ahead and just like, all right, I'm gonna watch Entourage for the 10th time, whatever.
He's watching it right now.
Yeah, he's watching right now as we speak, which is awesome. Entourage is an awesome show.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
But I think that because we're already on the topic of Netflix, we might as well talk about it.
Might as well.
We might as well talk about it now. Okay, obviously, while I was away.
I don't know what we talk about.
Yeah, Zach, go ahead and stand up. Get prepared. Don't sit down quite yet, okay? Because while I was away, while we weren't able to go ahead and have a stream, right? We know that something released. A trailer released. And it's a trailer of something we have talked about a lot. And so Zach's going to go ahead and sit down. You're going to know exactly... Zach's going to sit down, and you guys are going to know exactly what trailer it is. So Zach, go ahead and do us the honor here. And that would be the...
I'm going to be the Pirate King.
That would be
the Pirate King.
Live action One Piece Netflix adaptation trailer. And... There,
we got the background music too.
Literally right there on cue.
Gamu no.
And a lot of people have some interesting thoughts about it. And for anybody that has not seen the trailer, I suggest you check it out just to go ahead and generate your own thoughts.
Opinion, yeah.
Right, your own opinion, which is perfect, yeah. Heise does say, to go back to Death Note a little bit, he says, I seen the ending of Death Note on TikTok with sad music. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
I've seen the edits.
That's an experience.
But yes. One Piece live action Netflix adaptation. We finally got a solid trailer.
Yeah. And
I want to know. I want to know what your opinions are on it first.
Okay. I will say that I was pleasantly surprised only because of this. We're all aware that Netflix live action adaptations of anime are dog shit.
Very bad track history.
When I watched it, there was a moment here where, I mean, I saw a lot of things that I was like, I don't know about that, but there was just a glimmer of hope, right?
I think I know what glimmer of hope you're talking about.
You know what? To be honest, I don't even know if there's a specific glimmer of hope. It's more so like... What I should say, One Piece.
You said One Piece. I'm gonna watch that on my deathbed because it's so long.
Oh yeah.
No, you gotta watch it before it ends.
Yeah.
It defeats the whole purpose of looking for the One Piece for 1,000+ episodes if you know what the One Piece is.
It's true. And you don't want to get spoiled by you said you watched the ending of Death Note on TikTok, so you know you're gonna get spoiled.
Oh, dude, people spoiled Gear 5 like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they lost their minds over Gear 5. And now the internet, just all of media is basically counting down the weeks until we get the animated Gear 5 episode. Because they are partnered with Warner Brothers for the animation of that episode.
Wow.
They're going full Looney Tunes in this bitch.
Well, no worries, Amir. Amir Kong says has to leave early, but yeah, no worries at all. Thank you so much for joining us here, and we hope to see you in our future streams. We stream every Sunday, so hopefully we get to see you next stream. But thank you for joining us.
But okay, what was your glimmer of hope in the trailer?
So, whoa, Valo, what is up, Sun God? I haven't heard from you in a while. What's up, dude?
I can finally chat. Woo!
Hopefully everything's been good, man. That's awesome that you're here in chat joining us. Yeah,
amazing. What was your glimmer of hope?
You know what? Again, here's the thing, though. Man, there isn't one specific thing. It's more so like kind of a little bit of the attention to detail. Mm-hmm. You know? Well, obviously Oda is the one who is giving his approval on everything, right?
I'm gonna look it up.
So that's what's good. And I think that's what the glimmer of hope is Oda. Maybe that's what it is. You know?
This is the first time they've actually brought...
Luffy kind of pisses me off a little bit just from the trailer already.
Yeah? No, look. I think that... I forget his name, but the actor that plays Luffy.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them do little like interviews and the cast watching the trailer.
He fits
together.
Luffy well.
The thing is, he fits Luffy very well. But the thing is, he has so much love and passion for it. Mm-hmm. Like when they played the trailer for the cast for the first time and they watched it all together, he broke down in tears.
Really?
Like he loves the project that he's on.
That's awesome, and that gives me a little bit more of a glimmer of hope, which you obviously want people that are attached to the roles to care about them, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you got somebody who's just doing it just for, the job or just because they're getting paid to go ahead and do it, regardless if they are, probably the best fit for it, like, you want somebody who's gonna bring authenticity to the character,
Bring life to the character.
Yeah, that's what it
Actually
is. I
bring
mean,
them to
obviously
life.
it's live adaptation, and yeah, I haven't seen that one, Heise, so sorry. I'm sure Zach probably has.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah,
Kaisen.
Yeah, Kaisen. Yeah.
No, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's Kaisen.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Absolute is not super like. It's pretty gory. I feel like that's another one that you would like as well. Jujutsu Kaisen is amazing, but I don't want to overload you. But okay.
So let's continue on with the trailer here. Do you have a specific glimmer of hope? Was it the actor?
So
his name's like Iñaki or whatever, is right?
I don't know his name.
Like Iñaki something.
He's awesome. I love him. I love the cast. I'm just not a big fan of who was casted for Nami, in my personal opinion.
And why is that?
History behind that? No, because she was like a huge anime hater. And
Really?
then she got casted for Nami, and all of a sudden she's like, I love anime. I love.
Oh, because I thought it was the other way around, because I thought that she, for the longest time, loved Nami.
No. She used to talk so much smack on anime, and people.
Oh, wow.
Anime.
I have been deceived.
She was like the biggest hater on the planet. Then she got Nami.
Yeah,
and
now,
like, I love
so
anime.
maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've seen the after getting the role.
Yeah, after getting the role, she's been super. But I was like,
Yeah.
But I have a couple of things. So one, I'm going to show you this. If you want to, you guys can go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, the trailer's
This
been out for a
scene
while now.
Right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With
Gotcha.
the Sea King from like early on. He looks absolutely amazing in my eyes. And I know one of the hardest things to bring to live action is being stretchy.
Yeah.
Like that's the hard, like the best example I could think of where it came out horribly was what's it called? Looney Tunes basketball.
Oh, Space Jam?
Space Jam.
Yeah.
When they stretch his arm.
Yeah.
Like, but this looks actually good. And one glimmer of hope that I have that I just kind of digging around and I found is this is the biggest budget Netflix has ever had.
Yeah.
For any
said it was
show.
bigger than-
It's bigger than Game of
Thrones, yeah.
18
Bigger than Stranger
million
Things.
an episode?
Yeah.
That's insane. You know, half of that, if not 3/4 of it, is going to CGI.
Yeah. A lot of it's CGI, a lot of it is already just like on set building the ships and stuff
Oh, and the
and
sets
building.
look amazing in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, the sets look good.
The one gripe I have is they didn't give Sanji his swirly brow.
No, that's the thing too, is that Sanji doesn't have a swirly brow, which obviously is important to the story because that's kind of like based on his family, right?
Yeah.
But then also, people have a little bit of an issue with, Usopp not having his long nose, but
Whatever.
that is not necessarily important to the story, so it's kind of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. The whole reason Usopp has a nose is because he's
Yeah, he's
Right.
kind of like, it's a Pinocchio kind of
yeah,
thing.
it's a Pinocchio thing. But like, no one cares about the nose.
Yeah.
A million episodes or 100 episodes down the road.
Yeah.
After he's been on the crew for a bit.
And then when you get to Sanji's story, obviously the eyebrow is important, right?
Now the question is, I have this question for you. Do you think they would actually go live action for the entirety of One Piece?
I think the plan is to focus on obviously arcs, but they're gonna go ahead and really speed run through it. Which they're doing now because they said they're gonna go ahead and
It's
end
like,
it to
what, 8
where
episodes?
yeah, so 8 episodes
And they're
focusing
already
on
getting,
when they're getting to the Grand Sea, right?
Grand Line, yeah.
Yeah, the Grand Line, and
I think it's gonna end. I think we're gonna see Laboon, and I think that's when we're gonna, because there's no Chopper, there's no Robin, no Frankie, like we don't even see Brooke, like nothing.
yeah,
We don't even get a glimpse of Chopper,
yeah,
which I'm curious to see how they do that.
yeah. That'll be interesting.
But yeah, they're condensing all the way up to I think right after Arlong Park
Yeah,
into 8 episodes, and I was like, we'll see how the story pans out, because one big thing from Oda is his storytelling, his world building. And if you're going to condense it all, you can't really world build and story tell that much.
you know what? 8 episodes really does bothers me. You couldn't have done at least 12. You know,
Oh, right?
like really get like good like you said, storytelling out of just solid episodes instead of just like, okay, we got 8 episodes to go ahead and really tell a story,
Yeah.
right? And then you're missing certain details, and then you're kind of like focusing on something rather than, another
Like,
thing. And
I think a good 8 episode mark would have been Barity with Sanji. They bring on Sanji. That's the 5th member, and then we're chilling.
Yeah.
But they wanted to go all the way to Arlong and then start the Grand Line. Now, all I'm going to say is this. If they do want to continue the live action in the future, they need to be okay with lengthening it.
Yeah. Well,
Unless each episode's like an hour and a half, like Black Mirror shit. Because if each episode's like an hour and a half, then it's really more like 25 episodes when you really think about it. 24, 25 episodes of like actual One Piece.
yeah. That
And that
makes
makes
sense.
a bit more sense.
Yeah. And do we necessarily? We don't even know.
We don't know how
long the episodes are.
But I guarantee you, with the trend they've been going on, like they just dropped Black Mirror. 5 episodes, each one's over an hour. I feel like all of these are gonna be over an hour.
Yeah.
They have to be.
at least an hour.
Yeah.
If they're going to be focusing on getting
If they're
to a
gonna get
certain
all
point.
the way to hour-long part, not even finish it, just get to it.
Yeah.
They gotta have like hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm not sleeping that night.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it turns out good. I mean, obviously everybody has their reservations about it because it's Netflix and live action.
I think
adaptation.
I know a lot of people who don't like it. And for me, it's just like, I think I've come to the point where I'm like, it is what it is. Take it as a Netflix adaptation. Don't take it as One Piece. So, I don't know. Like, I think I'm pretty excited for it.
I'm excited, no doubt. I mean, like we talked about, just a glimmer of hope, and there is some glimmers there, you know. And and then we'll see how it is. I mean, for all we know, when it gets released in August, I think it's late August. I can't remember exactly, but for all we know, we're going to be praising this live action adaptation.
It'll be the only thing I'm talking about for the
Yeah.
next like year.
But yeah, so
Put it back. Thank you for joining my One Piece segment. I've waited so long for it.
yep. So now, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and jump into the Q&As and the poll questions. We have 2 of them to go ahead and discuss, 2 each. And I'll let Zach decide which one he wants to start with.
I'll start with the poll.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. I had it right here. Just
So-
make sure. It's these 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So starting off with the first poll that we posted.
Yeah.
Now the question is, if the Levi squad split, which team would you join? And the options are Jean, Sasha, and Connie. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the results, a little bit sad. A little bit sad. But before I get into the results, I do want to know, AJ, who did you vote for?
So I went with my heart instead of my brain. And my heart went to Sasha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I went with my heart and my brain. And that should show you who I'm going with.
Your sadness, I think, speaks for it all, and that would be you went
I gotta
Connie.
go for Connie.
Yeah.
Because we're big knuckleheads.
Yeah.
We're just big little goofballs. Now, in regards to the results, coming in at last place with a staggering 5%, we got Connie.
Connie, 5%. Oh wow! I was hoping Connie would get at least 10 or more,
A little bit more love.
Wow.
Now, if I were to go with my brain, I would have picked someone else. But my heart,
Me too.
I gotta pick my lovable cue ball.
Yeah.
Now, in second place with 32%, we have Sasha.
Wow.
Which means an alarming 64%.
Yeah, that's
Team Horseface.
Wow. See, that's where my brain went to. I think Jean would have been the right answer, but I mean, my heart wanted to join Sasha. This is like, say, happened again. If you want, bro, I can slide this over and you can go, or if you want to go ahead and attach it here,
That is true.
we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Since
See,
little mic stands. Yeah, we're rusty, guys. Obviously, a week took a toll on us in our podcast game. Also, too, Zach obviously is sitting in a different spot. So,
A bit out of my norm.
yeah.
I gotta sit behind the fan. Or in front of the fan.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that obviously Jean is the right answer. I was alarmed by what you just said. 60 plus, 64, 64%. That's a lot. That's majority there. And
Oh yeah. Well,
and
better.
the thing is, I think because of what even early on in season 1, what Marco essentially having the observation and saying that Jean would be a good leader. Obviously not because of his alpha abilities, more so just he's relatable and he knows what it takes to lose, and he knows and it's one of those things where we see Jean in his development as you know, a cadet to a scout to, you know, being this member in this Levi squad to being, you know, somebody that you can really kind of rely on, because we know that he's somebody that had his ups and downs. We know that he had his moments of freezing, you know, and stuff, hesitating in moments and stuff where he needed help, but he's grown from
that's
those.
what makes him relatable.
Yeah, he's grown from those moments.
He takes his failures and he learns from them and he adapts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jean.
But I need to hear from you though. Why do you think Connie would make a good leader?
I just think it would be a hell of a time.
Yeah, okay.
I just think it would be, I feel like it would be similar to like the chaotic energy of Hanji. And I'm all for the chaos.
Yeah.
Someone needs to keep Cue Ball in line, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm up for the job.
You know what I think of too is that how I see Connie is, and I think I brought this guy up a couple weeks ago before we left. Was Gelger. Gelger is obviously 100%. A character that you voice and a character that we lost far too early in the story, and somebody who had a lot of potential, but you could tell he was already this leading scout, right? He was there with Nanaba, and definitely respected. He had an incredible resume to the point where you know that he is leading in such high stakes because of the resume that he has. And then I could see Connie kind of being like that, where he's somebody that doesn't take moments too serious. Obviously, he was more focused on drinking, right? Because he wanted to get his drink on, you know. But with Connie, you know, Connie has his mind other places as well. But he's still, regardless of where his mind is, you know that Connie's still somebody that is going to be a crucial member of the team. And if he is the leader, I think that he is, regardless of his mind being somewhere else, he is going to make sure that whatever the job is, that the job is going to get done. You know?
And like, I feel like that's very much me. Because you know me, I'm like twice. I'm anywhere and everywhere all at once. I'm up and down, left and right.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove, like pull it together, get it done. I feel like Connie's the same way. When push comes to shove, Connie can pull it out of his ass.
Yeah.
But, awesome.
With Sasha, we know that Sasha, she has obviously incredible instincts and awareness, right? We know that she herself can also be a little bit of a, you know,
mixed Bazatron.
Perfect. And but still, I think that much like Connie, you know, whatever the task is at hand, she takes it very serious. And we've seen those moments already when we've got up to this point now in season 3 where whether that's her being, you know, kind of like a reinforcement, her being, you know, somebody who is you know, on lookout, and you know, she's there protecting her allies and she takes her job serious. But then when all that's kind of done, you know, she likes having fun.
Yeah, she's not afraid to cut loose when the time allows for it.
Yeah.
The situation allows for it.
Yeah.
But awesome. So then on to the next poll. The question that we posted last was, which Titan would terrify you the most if you found out that it was heading towards your district?
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about on the last episode.
In the episode.
So you guys already know what we've all said.
Yep.
But starting off with the options. The 4 options we left you guys were the Beast Titan, the Colossal Titan, the Armored Titan, and the Female Titan.
Which we, last episode, we talked about it, and obviously we threw in the Rod Rice Titan, but I mean, just through our conversation, we realized that Rod Rice was thrown in there just for the theme of what we're talking about in the story.
For the timeline of the episode.
But in terms of like danger and everything and stuff like that, it's like obviously he's not as scary as those other Titans. You know, obviously you can argue.
As much of a threat.
Yeah.
He's big, but he's a slug. But now in regards to the results, starting off in last place with 11%. I want to know who you think got last place.
Last place, if I were to guess, I'd probably say female.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, really?
11% for the Female Titan.
Okay.
Now, this one shocked me a little bit.
Okay.
But third place with 13%.
Okay, that's close.
The Beast Titan.
Really?
Yes, the Beast Titan is third
Wow.
place with 13%.
And that is a Titan that I had at the top of my list. Wow. Interesting.
Now, what blows me away is how
Is it not even close?
it's not even close.
Oh, okay.
Now, in second place with 17%, not even breaking 20,
Wow.
we have the Armor Titan.
Wow. Which means the nuclear bomb.
59% for the Colossal
And that
Titan.
was you.
That
You
was me,
said,
baby.
Yeah, so you're in the majority. Interesting. Wow. So if I remember correctly, Lexi chose the armored.
Yes.
Right? So she's in the
She got
second
place.
and I chose the Beast Titan. But wow, staggering 59%. Okay, I mean, I guess it makes sense because,
Says size doesn't matter.
well, I mean,
Huge.
part of it too is because we know that the biggest threat, which we're introduced to, obviously, is the Colossal in
Yeah.
the first episode,
Kicks the
and
wall.
and when we see the abilities, we come to find out really how strong this Titan is. We know that it has its flaws and stuff,
Yeah.
lack of mobility and all that and stuff, right? And but I mean, it poses an
brute.
yeah, it poses an
Brute
incredible, incredible force, incredible strength, and it does a lot of damage. Heise chose armored, so Heise is armored, no doubt.
Sorry. You know what Colossal Titan does? Steps on it. Squish it like a bug.
But that's so interesting. Wow. For me too, I explained why I chose the
saw
Beast
it 9
Titan.
miles away.
And that's because Zeke himself scared me because we talked about Connie a little while ago, but
Yeah.
Connie's entire village, Raguko, was all transformed into Titans. We don't necessarily know how he did that because we know that they get transformed because of, spinal fluid, right?
Yeah.
How did the entire village transform into Titans without any sort of spinal fluid? That's one thing that's kind of a loose end that
I mean,
we don't necessarily know.
One thing going based on what you said that would terrify the living crap out of me. Season 4. Man jumps out of a plane and just drop. It's raining Titan.
Yeah.
Like that, I could understand terrifying the crap. If I look up and I just see giant naked people falling at terminal
Well, that's
velocity.
the thing too, is that not only is it alarming that you see some sort of, aircrafts getting ready to do an airstrike, but you see people dropping their parachutes. You're like, oh shoot, they're gonna go ahead and have soldier drop. But then this yell causes like lightning and you see all these different, flashes of light,
And the
they
next
transform
thing you
into
know,
the
it's
naked
just-
people. And it's like, oh damn, well, we're all
Absolutely
screwed.
mortifying.
But yeah, that's who my vote went to.
Still, all of them are still good votes.
Yeah, they're all terrifying.
It's just the Colossal's terrifying.
It's like, how do you want to die?
Scarier.
Do you want to die by the hands of, and you pick your poison. That's the thing,
Yeah.
because I don't think there's surviving that situation, with any of those.
Any of
four.
them, you're not surviving.
Yeah.
Unless you got like a bunker 50 yards underground, you ain't surviving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the Colossal, you might not survive 50 yards underground.
And then even the stipulation here in the question was that you don't have a Titan user to protect you,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like
It's
you have
just
Aaron in your
modern
district.
day, real life. If you
Yeah.
see that, but also, I don't have Q&A results.
You don't? Okay. So if you go to the Instagram, there's a highlighted version. It should be there.
I don't know how to get to the results.
So if you go to the Q&A, right? Let's
She's
see.
down.
And I think you just scroll up. So like this one, right? As no, did we talk about that one?
I don't know if we did.
I don't think we did. Interesting. How did we get to that? How does Lexi do it? Lexi, if you're there, Lex, if you can go ahead and tell us how to get to the results, we'd appreciate it. Of the Q&A. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Deloading
This is
by
why y'all-
Lexi.
Yes, no doubt. Because Lexi is the
Brains out,
one.
baby.
Let me see if I can get it on mine. If I can, then you can just go ahead and do it. But
Let me see.
what's up, deloading? Yeah, Lexi's the one who
I
obviously
think it might
does
be
it.
because I'm not logged in.
Maybe.
I just don't remember the password.
All right. Yeah. That's what it is because I scrolled up and then I'm able to get it. Yeah.
You gotta be
so.
See, I've been booted, man.
Yeah. So there's a question for you, and all you gotta do is scroll up.
Thank you, sir.
We got it figured out. Deloading. Who needs Lexi? We got it.
We got this. Yeah, 2 brain cells, baby.
Yeah. It's Connie and Sasha, Taekwondo duo.
Let's go.
All right. So what was that question we asked a couple weeks ago?
The first one was, why does Aaron always do the opposite of what you ask?
Yes. Why?
Because he's an idiot. That's just it. But starting off from portraits by K.A. I think that's Kyron.
That's Kyron. Yeah.
My birthday boy.
Yep.
Starting off with the birthday boy.
I have to say.
Kyron says because he lives for freedom, LOL, he wants to do his own thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. And we know that that's his motivation is freedom for him and his Lexi. Who needs Lexi? Right? I want to remember that when we have to grab next time.
We didn't say that. Hey, Nate.
We kid.
Nate, remove it.
Miss you, Lex.
But no, he's in his little rebellious stage right now.
Yeah.
He's over here like, I do what I want, Mom.
This is the beginning of that rebellious kind of teenager phase, but then as he gets older, it's a completely different rebellious phase
different,
for sure.
Different type of rebellion.
Yeah.
Now, next up we have... Whoa. Sadia Wakimoto 777. Or is it Sad Yi Wakimoto?
Just read it however you think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give a fuck.
Whoa, okay.
That's the answer.
Could be.
DGAF.
Yeah.
Written. But he just...
I think Aaron does, but he just has his motivations. He has his
own personal opinions, and he sticks with that.
Yeah.
So, I agree there. Next up is I Am Storm.
Yeah, and that's our friend Heisei.
Heisei.
Yeah, so what does Heisei have to say?
Heisei says because
our
he's
favorite Jaegerist. Because Heisei is our favorite Jaegerist, and he says because he's stubborn.
Yeah, the silent badass killer, Aaron.
Yeah, he's there to go. I like how he says here though. He says if I made an anime, the enemies would win, and everyone else would die.
Oh, great.
You know what? The thing is, there's a lot of anime now where it does flip perspectives like that. And those are the, like, man, those are the anime that really get you, like, thinking, but grips you to where you have to just keep watching.
I mean, even then, that's kind of like season 4 right now.
Yeah.
Like, we start off season 4 with the enemy.
Exactly. You know, how do you go from somebody who is described as humanity's only hope to now you have somebody where it's like we need to
humanity's
deal with
demise.
we need to deal with this guy.
No, he's insane. He's clinically insane. And I know Heisei's fanboy through and through.
Yeah.
Next up we have our boy Marco.
All right, what does Marco have to say?
Being told what to do makes him feel not free, and he likes his freedom. It's like when you go to do the dishes, and someone tells you to do the dishes, and you're like, no, I won't.
Yeah, in your mind,
even though I was on my way to do them, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, you know?
Basically just reverse psychology, except it's not even attempted.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Eddie.
Shout out Eddie. What does Eddie have to say?
It's all part of a huge plan.
Damn.
Very true.
The thing is, we know Aaron gets to a point where he sees all. Yeah.
I say because he's got that dog in him.
Yeah, I like it. Deloading says in response to this question, it says it's his way and nobody else's way. Yeah. And then Heisei responds saying because he has that dog in him.
Pretty much. He got that dog in him.
I mean, you're not wrong, guys.
We have Victoria Shrum.
Okay.
Just like how I started it with, because he's an idiot.
Yeah. That's simple. It's because he's an idiot.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we know that. I want to say this, but you know, obviously he's very calculated, Aaron, right? But he does act on emotion. You know,
he's definitely an impulse person.
Yeah, and
I would never let him go online shopping. He'd impulse buy everything.
Yeah, but I mean, there are moments where you're like, come on, dude, you got to be smarter than that for sure. You know? And then he does go to an extreme, which we know. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what Eren is doing. I don't know why he's doing the things he does. I know that it's for freedom and it's for protecting his home. But
an interesting character.
He doesn't have to go above and beyond here.
And then last but certainly not least, we have our boy Bobby.
All right.
There we go.
What's Bobby have to say?
It's in his nature, y'all, to be free from everything, including rules/obedience.
Yeah.
100% true.
Yeah.
That's just Eren to a T. Is
I like it.
Doing his own thing. Now, the next Q&A that we had was, what character has a better ideal for freedom and why?
Whoa. That's an interesting question.
Now,
wow.
I want to know, who's your ideal freedom model out of the entire cast?
Out of the entire cast? Damn, that's a tough one. Man. I can scratch Eren off that list because I thought Eren was my guy, and then all of a sudden Eren
did a 180.
Yeah. Damn, that's tough. Obviously, Zeke wants to eradicate breeding.
Yes.
Lexi says, so again, this is a question that Lexi came up with. Lexi says, I knew you liked the Q&A. Wow. Made it a deep thinker.
I know. Yeah. She made this one a heavy hitter.
Damn. You know what? Zach, you really are putting me on the spot here because I had no idea what the question was.
I didn't know either.
And here I am thinking on the fly here, you know, and I want to say, I'm thinking of prominent figures who have their certain aspirations and their idea of what freedom is, you know, and I know that obviously Irvin is no longer with us, but thinking about what he wanted to accomplish, I still don't know if I'd go that route because, I mean, he is looking out for humanity, but he also is kind of selfishly, he has his own goals and he's,
has his own motives.
I can just be a certain pawn in his, overall.
I'm really surprised. I thought off the bat we would have the same answer.
Really? But I think what it is that I'm thinking too much about this.
I think you are. Because I know my answer, and I'm surprised that this isn't your answer, like, immediately.
Okay. Well, then maybe if you say what your answer is, I'll be like, damn, yeah, that's it.
Armin.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? I think what it is with Armin is that, like, I've been a little bit disappointed with him in Season 4. Only because...
You wanted to take more charge?
I mean... He needs to at this point.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Well, now he has no choice.
Yeah, he has no choice. But I think with Armin, it's...
But the question is just his ideal of freedom.
That's true. And... Yeah, I don't know why Armin is somebody I didn't really even think of. You know?
The way I see it, I feel like Armin is very level-headed, very smart when it comes to, like, politics in the AOT world.
Yeah.
Armin's main goal would be, like, how can I keep peace with all other countries around us, now that we know that there are other countries.
Yeah.
That's Armin's, I feel like that would be Armin's main goals. Just peace, giving everyone the equal rights. And I feel like Armin's ideals of freedom is just like being able to do what you want without having major repercussions from it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Armin's thing would be like being okay. It's okay to fail in the world.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be another option for you.
I like that. Yeah.
I feel like that's how Armin would describe freedom, is having the ability to fail without major repercussion.
I do want to counter that real quick. Heiser says he didn't even try to fight Eren. Eren bashed him. The sad thing is...
The Taco Bell edit.
The sad thing is, Armin did try. He still got his ass kicked. I want to know, Lex, who did you choose?
Yeah.
I know this was your question.
You had to have come up with the question with an answer in mind.
Yeah, so would love to go ahead and find out from you, Lex, who you chose. But in the meantime, I guess we can go ahead and see how our friends answered this. But I like that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of Armin, but Armin is the choice that I should have gone with.
That was my gut reaction. Like, Armin, 100%. Yeah. So starting off with our answers, we have I Am Storm.
And
Storm said Eren, because he will do absolutely anything for it.
Yeah.
Now, I love that. In terms of you love his passion. I don't like his ideal of freedom. I love his passion.
I think Heisei is trying to say, as long as you're on Aaron's team,
You're not losing.
you know that you, and yeah. Wow, Lex, you said you're gonna go ahead and ask this question, and not even have an idea as to who you're thinking of. Like says, to be honest, I have no idea. I think I liked Mikei's ideals the most because he was responsible in the way he fought for it and never gave up. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Answer.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that he even had to remind himself not to give up, and obviously we know that we've talked about it plenty of times in this podcast, but you know, he met an incredible threat in the Beast Titan, and it's the first time somebody had to go ahead and really stand up to this Beast Titan, and he obviously had no chance, but you know, still he went out in a gruesome way, but I mean, he had to go ahead and remind himself, and he did. He didn't give up. We know that his legs were butchered, but he still fought to the end, and yeah, that's an interesting ideal to go ahead and have.
How hard you can get hit, AJ. It's about how hard you can get hit and try to stand back up.
Lexi says that Levi is a close second because he's more just along for the ride and passive in his fluid and his decisions. You know, Levi is somebody that I was thinking of. Like I was talking about these prominent figures that came to my mind, right? And Levi was somebody that came to my mind. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what,
Levi doesn't have major ideals. I feel like he's just like.
Well, it's like what Lex is saying. He's just kind of fluid, and he just kind of goes along with, you know, with certain things, and that's where I was like, I don't know. And plus, I don't want to be another casualty. Of, you know, I don't know. Just you know how Levi.
I feel like Levi's ideal of freedom is saying, everyone fend for themselves. Leave me alone. I'm gonna go relax finally.
Yeah.
And just everyone does their own thing, which I think would just cause chaos.
Yeah. And if anybody deserves to relax, I mean, it's him. It's him. Yeah.
It's him. But next up, we have our boy Eddie, who sent it because there's a character cap in 3 parts.
Oh, he has it in 3 answers?
Yeah, because there's a character cap.
Okay.
So, Aaron's idea of freedom is more free in a sense. After the rumbling, Eldia's future is open to endless possibilities, whereas Zeke's idea of freedom ends the Eldian race as a whole.
Yeah. That's true.
So I feel like if you were given between Zeke and Aaron, I would still go Aaron.
Yeah. I would too. If those are the only options available, then yeah, I think that Aaron is the option.
If you really want to get into it, in terms of core ideals of freedom, not regarding specific races, probably pick Zeke. Because I feel like Aaron is the same as like how I viewed Levi's. Like Aaron's freedom is just everyone gets to do whatever they want, which was just going to end up in chaos. Which is why I feel like Armin's ideal of freedom would be a bit more structured.
Yeah.
And it'd have sort of like backup plans in case things do start to fall into chaos.
Yeah, definitely. And we know that Armin is, he tries to be thorough, and he tries to be careful, precise, and when things don't go a certain way, you know, he plans accordingly.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is, I mean, every point you're making is I'm getting more upset at myself for why I didn't think of my guy in the first place.
Your boy, the narrator.
But I think that's why I think it's because I've just been a little bit disappointed in him.
Performance in season 4.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, yet again, we have our boy Bobby.
Yep.
It's very simple. Aaron hands down.
Aaron hands down.
And like I said, Aaron, I love Aaron. Love my boy. He's a bit psychotic, but I love my boy. But I feel like there's not enough structure in terms of his freedom. Because you can have freedom, but you need a structure to that freedom as well for it to be successful.
Yeah, definitely. You need to have that structure. I know that a lot of people don't like having structure, but structure is needed. Interesting here, Isis says about Aaron, right? So, or maybe this is in regard to Levi. Saying, because Lexi said that Levi is a close second because he's more just goes along for the ride and passive and is fluid in his decisions. And it looks like Heisei responds saying, or maybe his freedom is everyone he cared about being alive. That might be Levi's freedom. I
think that's a solid one.
Yeah, because I think we know Levi works extremely hard to make sure that those that he cares about survive. But I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't work out that way because with Levi, he has such skill that he always has to be at the front line of whatever the worst thing is.
Yeah.
And if you're attached to that, people around him don't have that Levi ability, and so your chances of survival aren't as high as Levi's are, because Levi is very skilled. But because you are attached to Levi, you are around the biggest threats all the time.
In reality, when you think about it, the Levi squad is just like a death sentence.
Unfortunately, it is. It's just like, you know,
you need to try to be as good as Levi, but we know you're not.
Yeah.
But good luck. You're going to do the same things he does.
Yeah, and I think that's why, especially with the Levi squad, is that how well the team works together is what's going to enhance their survival rate.
Exactly.
You know?
You got to be able to collaborate.
Yeah. But, wow. Thank you so much for all the responses, guys. We appreciate it. Those are some good questions. Those are some good poll questions. And Lexi, that was an awesome Q&A.
Lexi's question. That one was pretty good.
That one was definitely a thinker. Had me stunned because I didn't think of my guy.
boy, the narrator, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again for all that. Thank you, Zach, for giving us the results.
Of course.
Yeah. Heisty continues saying that Levi is probably exhausted, like you said, at the front of everything. That might be why he looks sad all the time.
100%. That man is absolutely deadbeat tired.
Yeah.
The man literally gets blown up like once a season.
But we know why he's continuing to fight. It's because he promised something to Commander Irvin. That is, he promised to take out Zeke. And we know that that promise hasn't been fulfilled. So he's going to do whatever it takes to make sure that that is accomplished. And then I think Levi can finally rest. But again,
I'm not emotionally ready for this.
That's a tall task. That's a tall, hairy task to deal with, especially when it's attached to a very massive, scary founding Titan. That I think we learned about the name of Aaron's Titan form a couple weeks ago, which I forget. But I think Lexi, if you can remember it, remind us, please. It's like, I don't know if it was like the Destruction Titan or something, or if it was like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was referred to as a name. But yeah,
Doomsday Titan.
Doomsday, yes, that was.
I don't know why my brain automatically went to Armageddon, but close second.
Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hell yeah, awesome.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and finally finish season 3, episode 8. This is gonna be part 3 of our breakdown and discussion. This episode, as we know, guys, it's a longer name, and that is Outside the Walls of Orvud District, and that is because what is outside the walls of Orvud District, approaching very, very quickly, is the Rise Titan.
Hot. Literally coming in hot.
Yeah, literally coming in hot, and so we know that the scouts, they're trying to beat Rod Rise Titan because Irvin has a plan, and we're going to find out what that plan is in this episode. So we're going to go ahead again, finish this breakdown, finish this episode, and I'm fired up. So
I'm fired up.
Yeah, you're fired up
so
for sure.
Fired up.
So
can't even stay in my seat.
So Zach, hey Eddie, what is up, man?
Eddie.
You're not late at all. We're gonna go ahead and begin the breakdown of the episode. And Eddie, if you want to go ahead and hear us talk about your responses, then you're gonna have to go back, my friend, and watch it from the beginning. But yeah. So without further ado, Zach, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin as you are going to be narrating.
So much responsibility. All right, cool. So we left off with Hanji telling Historia.
Our only way forward is to kill your father.
As Hanji points to her father, Rod Rice, in his massive, disgusting Titan form heading to Walsina, Historia stares at her father as she prepares herself mentally with the daunting task. Now, we see the scouts continue their travels back to Walsina, specifically Orvud District. Historia remembers the moment her father embraced her with a hug, probably the first time in a long time that her parents showed her any affection. Then, we see a conversation between Historia and Aaron in the wagon. Historia tells Aaron,
Aaron, I should apologize.
Aaron seems confused.
Under the Rice Chapel, I really considered turning you into a Titan. Sorry. Do that part again. Aaron seems confused.
Aaron seems confused.
under the rice chapel, I really considered turning into a Titan and killing you.
Mikasa gasps as she overhears.
And honestly, it wasn't to save humanity. I just wanted to believe my father was right. Even more than that, I wanted him to like me.
Eren stares as he notices Historia being vulnerable.
But it's time for me and him to part ways now.
The scouts are close to reaching the walls.
Okay. So let's talk about this very quickly because we know, again, as we talked about it, that Wall Cena is the innermost wall, right? And when you have what is supposed to be the most protected wall, and you have this large slug-like Titan heading straight towards it, that's bad news, right?
It's definitely bad news bears. Literally the worst thing imaginable is happening. And
so we ended off last episode with Hanji essentially saying the only way, right, to go about this is to, and she's telling a story of this, is to kill your father, right?
That's off rod, baby.
Yeah, and I think that Historia, she's on board with it, but is she really on board with it? Because in this moment here, she thinks about that moment where she was in an embrace with her father again. And, you know, she even explains here, she apologizes to Eren, which is
that she was gonna commit.
She owes Eren an apology, of course. But she said she considered essentially going through with this ceremony, right? And that is for her to go ahead and reclaim what is her, blood
birthright,
and her birthright, and that is to take that founding Titan ability from Eren, and so that she can
have a quick snack.
So that she can use the abilities to its full potential, which we understand that there's certain things that Eren can do, and that is to manipulate essentially memories and all that, right?
Yeah. And it feels more like in this moment that she's 50-50. She's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. She's saying what she wants to do, but she can't mentally make up her mind about what she thinks is the best option.
Yeah.
She's having those second thoughts again.
Yeah. And we know that she's a character that has, in such a short span of time, has really been through an emotional roller coaster. I mean, we know that it's not too long when, she had lost Ymir, her close friend and ally, and then Ymir ends up taking her from the scouts and having to explain her situation to the point where they even somehow get this stronger bond. And then Ymir gets taken from Historia, and then she had to deal with all that and the sadness, and we see where she was, and she essentially was a shell of herself, to then getting captured by the anti-personnel control squad because of her her relations and what her blood, and all that, and
a lot.
And then she gets to meet her father, and she sees her father again, and she has to go through that whole roller coaster of her being manipulated, but she also was, like you said, she's 50-50 about it because she enjoyed that embrace, and she even explains here that she said she wanted him to like me. She wanted her father to love her, and in order for her, in her mind, to accomplish that, she had to go through with whatever he said. And regardless of, even like you mentioned, the 50-50, regardless if she thinks that it's right or wrong, she still had that other 50% of her telling her to do it because she just wanted that feeling of being loved. But she's gone through a lot. We know that Eren is a character who has also gone through a lot as well, because he unfortunately is also one of the characters that got captured by the anti-personnel control squad. But Eren, he's going through, unfortunately, his own emotional roller coaster of being shown.
Eren's whole life has been an emotional roller coaster.
He was shown the memories. He was shown, but also Historia was too. But those memories didn't really resonate as much as Eren. I mean, they did, of course, because with Historia, she saw a person actually care for her as a child. Unfortunately, that person wiped out her memories, and that person being Frida, and finding out that is her half sister. But I mean, she's gone through so much, and so now when you have somebody telling her, man, that you have to kill your father. I mean, it's difficult.
It's never easy, especially for anyone hearing that. It's probably never easy.
Yeah.
No matter what the relationship type is there. I know you're reading the wall.
I'm reading. I was looking at deloading because we got some, but we can go ahead and talk about this very quickly while our attention is to the chat right here. The deloading says, "I feel bad every time I hear y'all talk about Levi. Always bring him to death around him." Yeah, he really does care about his squad, but his skill in combat is just at the top tier, and his friends and loved ones just can't keep up during all the chaos. Yeah, it's exactly as we kind of just talked about it, and we know that Levi does care about his team because we've seen those little moments where he does look like, he does look like a softie a little bit, But it's only because he cares and he's... Even Levi is limited with his abilities. He can't keep everybody alive. I think that's what he struggles with the most. And Heise says that he sure is a strong physical and emotionally strong character, and that has been through so much. Yeah, I mean, who has gone through what Levi has gone through?
I think he's definitely been through the most out of any character in AOT.
Yeah. Yeah, he's lost a lot.
And that's including Eren.
Yeah, and we know that Eren, at the start of the episode, he loses his mom, right?
Yeah.
And he loses essentially his foundation, he loses his home, but Levi never had any of that.
He never got to experience it to begin with.
Yeah, he never had any of that. And then
the whatever home he's had is scouts.
Yeah, and we know that for him, essentially, like, anybody that he builds a close relationship with becomes his family, and he ends up losing them regardless. So, I mean, Levi has lost a lot. Heise says, AJ, I like your green hat. Oh, and your nails are badass. Always has wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
AJ is fit god.
I got the hat at actually I got it over at Universal City Walk.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was there with my family and saw this and I was like, I like it. So I got it. And this shirt is from Mississippi. It's from this. If you guys are ever over in Mississippi, go to Tupelo. Tupelo is like where you get, like, essentially it's kind of like the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I stayed at, and has everything, right, that you can ask for over there. And Lost Pizza is this awesome pizza place that was recommended, and it is awesome. It's amazing, and I wanted to buy a shirt, and that's where this
Lost.
I found. Well, yeah, I mean, the Lost Pizza wasn't lost because you can just buy it.
You can just find it.
You can just go in there and you don't have to look. You just it's there.
Lost and found.
I guess, yeah. I mean, maybe I was lost because I didn't know where to get good pizza.
And then you found.
And then somebody recommended Lost Pizza. And so maybe by them recommending it, Lost Pizza essentially isn't taken to where it's supposed to be, like, so direct, as in like Lost Pizza. More like lost person is the meaning. But when you go to Lost Pizza, you eat it and you're not lost anymore.
You find yourself.
Yeah.
In the pizza.
Also, shout out to those two girls that were working there. I was chatting with them a little bit. And I was there with my work. Obviously, I was there with my dad, and I was there with my boss as well. And my boss was upset with me because I didn't walk away from my conversation with them with numbers or like with a date.
AJ is the definition of chivalry.
And
chivalry isn't dead.
So there was two very attractive. Honestly, there's a lot of attractive girls that work there, but there was two that I was talking with, and I, obviously mentioned that I
also had a southern accent.
They did. They had a very sweet accent, and they were both a joy to talk to. And I mentioned that I wasn't from here, I'm from California, and I think that kind of sparked a little bit like, oh, okay, and then. And we just kind of had a cool little chat, very quick, because obviously they still had to do their job. Mm-hmm. And my boss was mad that I didn't tell them that. So I'm leaving at the end of the week, and I would like to see you or whatever. Also, I was talking to two, so would that have been weird if I would have been like, yeah, so I'm leaving Friday. My dad was like, look, dude, are you gonna see them again? Like, what do you have to lose? I was like, damn, you're right.
You got a point. When are you going to go back to friggin' Mississippi?
Yeah. Well, I might go back to Mississippi, but it'd probably be in a couple years. But
This guy. This dude.
but so again, I was just being.
Numbers.
I know. That's one thing too. I was like, man, I totally could have gotten their numbers. I mean, they seemed like they were super interested, and I didn't. But anyway, so the shirt is from Lost Pizza over in Mississippi. If you're in Mississippi, go check it out. Go say hi to the girls that work there. They're very sweet. And yeah. So, but thank you so much, Heise, for that awesome comment. I appreciate it. But where were we? We were talking about Historia and all that she lost, and
everyone's trauma.
I think that what you said, Zach, was really on the money. That she's still trying to figure out what side of the coin she's on. You know, because half of her wants to be loved by her family, while the other half, she knows that that's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Right.
She should just accept the love of her friends.
Yeah. I mean, obviously her friends went through a lot to go ahead and save her and Eren.
Yeah.
So I think you should totally go ahead and do that. But I mean, it's still, regardless, it's got to be difficult when you have your biological father suddenly appear
Basically
and
saying, "I'll only love you if you eat this boy."
Yeah. And I think, again, she saw him for his true colors.
Yeah.
As soon as he started flipping out and freaking out and forcing her to go ahead and go, go
running
through with
away
this.
as he gives her the serum.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be tough. I like how the moment that she says, "I really consider turning you into a Titan and killing you," Mikasa obviously was listening to this conversation. She's like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Oh, hell no. Hold on. What did she just say?" And another thing that's important too is that we just talked about it with Historia. Her motives wasn't to do it for the sake of saving humanity, which we know that's kind of what you're supposed to do as a founding Titan, right?
Yeah,
it's to save humanity. Not saying that Eren's doing that right now because we know he's not.
It's a pretty shitty job.
Yeah, but she did it for the reason again.
She just wanted to be loved.
Wanted her father to like him, like her. Not him, because I'm voicing Historia. I just wanted Rod Rice to like me.
As if I'll love you if you do this.
Yeah.
Conditional
and that's something,
love.
Of all people too,
love.
Kenny the Ripper was trying to get that through her head. Like, girl, do you not see what he's doing?
I love Kenny. Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
He's trying to love you.
Yeah.
By making you into someone else.
Yep.
Crazy.
And she didn't understand it.
Blinded.
Until she did. And she saw for herself that he was just...
Took her long enough, Jesus.
That he's just scummy. Alrighty.
Okay.
Anything else we got to go ahead and take away from this little first excerpt here? I think we covered the important parts.
You got it?
Other than Eren just being confused by her apologizing.
Eren just being bad with girls.
I think if another person needs to apologize, maybe he did. This was his way of making up for it. But I mean, Eren, for again, just how annoying has it got to be when you go through hell to go and get to this guy that you're capturing, and then you realize you get to this guy, and this guy is defeated. This guy doesn't want to fight. This guy,
he could have easily. He literally, Kenny was like, transform.
Yeah.
Kenny was like, please, go, big man.
Yeah. And he was
just like, I don't want to.
He was telling Historia to eat me. Just eat me. Just eat me.
Chop it.
And
like, dude, why? You're so back and forth. How are you all about freedom yet give up your freedom every second of the day?
Yeah. But I don't know.
Hell, all of you who chose Eren for his ideals of freedom, y'all are idiots. Eren gives up every third episode.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, early on right here. I mean, this preteen, he's like a preteen here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely, again, I mean, we know that Eren's gone through a lot, so, I mean, it's like...
Bro, he'll do anything to get his freedom. He literally just told someone to eat him.
Yeah. But I was trying to argue, does Eren need to apologize? But I guess, by him saving his friends, through the collapse of this whole chapel, I don't know.
He just saved their lives. He doesn't need to apologize.
Whoa. Oh, Heisey's asking, does Eren have a kid with Historia? No. We talked about this. And in the story, in season 4...
That first one threw me off. Does Historia have a kid with Historia?
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
what happened is that Historia, being queen, we know that she had to reproduce, and it's just somebody from her kind of childhood, somebody who unfortunately was another kid that bullied her and made fun of her. But I think what it was that Historia went back to the rice estate. I think that she went back to the farm, and she saw that this guy that she remembers from her childhood was now farming there. And so pretty much she had a baby with just some random guy from her past, and we don't ever see what he looks like. We kind of see him just as like a silhouette as he's farming from afar. And that's pretty much the extent of it. And why this guy is so lucky to be able to, fornicate with the queen, I don't understand. But I guess it's by the queen's.
I know her thought process.
I guess it's by the queen's.
This
obviously,
dude must
her
be
decision.
A hunk, bro.
It must be, yeah. So, I don't know. But I mean, then again, maybe Historia's into that. She's into that, being degraded and all that and stuff. And she's into all that.
I don't want to look at Historia that way. She's so sweet.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl, but yeah, I don't know. But essentially, yeah, Heist, that's what it is. It's some no-name character.
Lame.
Yeah. And the thing is, think about it. If Eren and Historia were to have a child together, it wouldn't work, because every time Historia and Eren would touch, Eren's gonna freak out. Like, Eren can't touch a member of royal blood. So, can you only imagine if... Hey, I will say, we are an explicit podcast, so we can talk about this. If Eren is inside her... think about what is going through his mind.
What if he's into that shit?
I don't know. Maybe he is.
What if he doesn't even remember it? What if he can't even think straight because it's happening?
Oh.
And he's just like, oh.
Can you imagine the rush? Can you imagine the rush of memories going through his mind, and also like as he's about to climax or something?
Be able to.
You don't think? The thing is, I don't think he. It's not that he can't. It's just he's forced to whatever when he touches.
I'm saying, I don't think he'd be able to finish with all that going through your head.
Yeah, that's a good point. He wouldn't be able to finish, I think, because
I forgot the word explicit podcast.
No matter how hard he closes his eyes, he's gonna see some fucked up stuff. And can you imagine if he were to yell or whatever? Like he's whatever Titans are nearby, they're gonna become in a full-on rage, and they're gonna like, or maybe they're no, I'm not gonna even bring it up because Titans don't have genitalia and all that.
Where are we going?
But I think that Eren deserves to be, somebody that maybe is an option to have the queen's child. Right?
He is humanity's last hope.
I mean, shoot, Eren has been through a lot. They both have been through a lot. I mean, who else is worthy?
If we really want to get into it.
So the rumbling was good?
God damn it. Is that what it'd be called every time?
That's literally what it is. That's a whole new definition of the word rumbling.
God damn it.
Who else would be worthy, though?
I mean, I guess he doesn't have to, like...
Armin?
Actually... You know who has a crush on her, though?
Oh, you know what? Armin has a crush on somebody else, a different blonde.
Who has a crush on Historia?
Rhina. But Rhina... Don't even bring him up, I see. I knew you were going to bring him up. No.
You goddamn Jaeger.
Stays away from Historia. Flock is not worthy.
I feel like...
Eren is the only person that you can bring up that is worthy into the Jaegerist.
If Eren did... reproduce with Historia,
yeah,
I feel like he wouldn't be able to.
He wouldn't be able to finish.
Commit to the act. Like he'd have to like finish separately, and then they'd have to like jam it in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking too, like, what if through climax he like transforms into a Titan and completely like obliterates her?
Well, technically, there's no genitalia, so.
That's true. So then he would just shrink out of her, but he would still transform, and the transformation would still kill her. Right? Either way, she's dead.
I don't know how we got
He's
here.
The named character. No, Armin deserves But he has his sights set on a different blonde,
That's true.
which obviously that can't. So Jean has somebody else in mind. Connie?
God,
That would be so weird.
God, no.
But he's more deserving than some no-name farmer.
Levi?
Dude, Levi is so much older. And does he even have anything down there anymore? I don't know. Could have got blown up and... That's sad. Can you imagine losing everything? That's literally like losing everything.
Jesus. I'm trying to think. Now I'm trying to think. Who would...
I guess Rhina, but Rhina's so...
bipolar.
That could bring him back. Bring him back to sanity.
I have a kid. Dude. Before. Oh!
I have a kid now to go ahead and fight. Don't know. Isis Pixis. No. 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 Okay, so in terms of like hierarchy here, right? And like power and everything, right? So we know that she's the queen, right? And let's say it's kind of like an arranged thing, right? Who would that be?
If it was arranged?
Yeah.
Probably some random noble.
A random noble. Damn, that's
The
a bummer.
fat dude that Pixis was playing chess with.
No, Lord Vold's got to be dead. Heisa says Zeke, but I think that Zeke is kind of like a bloodline member.
No,
So that
that's
would be-
incesty.
That'd be like fornicating with your like second cousin or something, right?
Yeah, no thank you. No thank you.
But also that's the same thing with Aaron too, though, right? No, because Aaron is from Grisha, who isn't a royal blood member, and Carla. So yeah, unfortunately, I know we tried doing this with the family tree, but pretty much Heise is that because they both are of royal blood, Zeke and Historia,
Just not
they
Flock.
are
Anyone but Flock.
They are related in a sense because the family tree, you know, it's kind of like when you think of Zeke. I mean, Zeke was from I forget her name again. She's literally the Smiling Titan. I think of yeah. I think it's Dina. Anyways,
Dinah.
her. So she is a member of the royal blood, right? And then from then on, it's like, let's say the tree goes.
Who's John into?
The tree goes this way, right? With Dina. And then you have Zeke, where it's like, you know. No, I mean, when you have Historia, because Zeke and his family tree goes this way. Historia of Rod Rice and all that go this way. The tree, while they're separated, they're still part of the same tree. That's what I'm getting at. Is that don't have sex with your second cousin or whatever.
Do you know the thing about blue eyes?
It's, I think I've heard that before. What is it? Explain to again.
Like where blue eyes originate from?
Yeah, I've heard this before. But it has to do with like essentially like incest, right?
I don't like saying that word, but yes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
The word gives me willies.
Yeah. So if you have blue
Oh,
eyes.
that's who. Krista and Willie.
Tiber, yeah. I guess that makes sense. The Tiber
Willie.
family, but yeah. Are related in one way or another.
Thank you,
Way to
Eddie.
put it that way, Eddie. Yeah.
Juan likes
Mikasa. Remember? Jean. Juan.
We both are like Juan.
Yeah, Jean. Yeah, Jean does like Mikasa.
Mikasa likes Aaron.
Yeah.
I don't care. John can take Krista. Mikasa can take Aaron.
I guess Reiner does make sense because we were on the same.
I like that how it could turn.
It
into
gives
like,
him a new
I have kid to
motivation.
fight for.
Yeah. And I think that
I have a new
the armored titan makes sense to be the protector of the queen.
It's like the rook of the chessboard.
Yeah. And then you have the queen there with her child, and you know now it's like
She's a guard
Rhina.
dog.
Rhina. I mean,
basically just a giant pit bull.
I think Rhina's probably the best option. Like she's chiming in, or have incest in their history.
Thank you
I
for pointing that out. Yes.
Me with the blue eyes. Damn it. Like, oops, sorry to break it to you. If anybody has blue eyes, yeah, I mean,
I say we're related, bro.
yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Fun fact: my blue eyes skip a generation, so my kids won't have blue eyes.
Okay. There you go.
My kids get spared.
Spirit of the, spirit of this conversation.
Oh, God damn.
But they're gonna be like,
This
well,
is
my
not
dad
the
has
digital
blue eyes.
footprint.
And be like, my dad has blue eyes.
This is not the digital footprint I thought I'd be leaving in this world.
Yeah, you know what? It's
I probably said worse.
yeah. We don't have control over the cards that we're dealt, right?
I'm getting green is this. It's the same thing.
I'm getting green eyes
It's
now.
the same thing.
Is it the same thing though?
Yes.
Oh,
Anything that isn't brown or black, same thing. So green, blue, gray,
interesting.
all the same. The only difference is if you can get gray eyes from being blind, but
see, this is the reason why he wants green eyes.
probably Aaron.
Lex says, no, it's just blue?
No, because my eyes are green, blue, gray. They shift. Most people who have blue eyes, they shift between
Interesting.
green, gray, and blue.
Interesting.
Oh, well, fucking
Do you want to look it up?
logical Lex.
Logical Lex. Lexi says, no, I think it's just blue. So, Heise, you might be in the clear if you change it to green. But also, I've heard that if you go through a surgery to change your eye color, that it's very harmful and it could cause you to go blind, like, in an X matter of years. Like, I don't know exactly how many years, but, like, your eyes will be fucked up. But they'll look nice, but you won't be able to see. Because there are people, a lot of famous people, I think. Maybe not a lot of people. There's a handful of people that have changed their eye colors. Time to get my eyes tattooed. Damn, Heise, you are crazy. That's wild. You ever seen that where people get their eyes tattooed and then like the next day,
they
whatever,
tattoo them black.
they literally go ahead and their eyes are so freaking swollen. But I guess it's worth it if that's what you want at the end of the day. But yeah. A lot of famous people. Eddie's saying they regret it. So there you go. If you want to have regret.
Green, blue, gray.
There it is,
Well,
green.
anything that's in that.
Anything in that.
Anything that isn't a standard
category.
brown or black.
Okay. Well, there
Or
it is.
hazel. Hazel counts. Hazel's fine.
Okay, cool. Teeth too. A lot of famous people get their teeth.
Ah!
They do that.
Oh. That hurts me.
Hysis, damn it! Why did you tell me that?
You're welcome. It's because you love Flock.
Because
Weirdo.
you are a Jaegerist. No,
Jaegers.
Hysis, you are our favorite Jaegerist. All right, should we try to get this train back on the track?
There's no trucks. We're a free train like Aaron.
Yeah.
We're free bird.
All right. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and continue on now, guys, with the story. I'm sure once we go ahead and break off and talk about what we just broke down, we'll go off to some other crazy tangent. And I can't wait.
Tangents are forever.
Here we go. We are now inside the Orwood district as we see the regiment branch building. We see that the scouts have arrived as they have set up base to recover and strategize. Levi attends to his horse as a scout approaches.
Please have your squad stand by in the hall now. They're almost ready to begin the meeting.
Levi responds, "We'll be right there." Levi now searches for his squad. He notices Historia and calls out to her. "Historia, I forgot to tell you. There's something we need you to do." Historia replies as the other scouts have now all gathered. "What's that?" Levi continues with a even more serious demeanor. "This is an order from Irvin. Once we finish off this Titan, seeing as you're the true successor to the throne, you'll become queen." Mikasa, Jean, and Armin, they all gasp as they are all hearing this for the first time. Historia, she is stunned and confused. Sasha questions,
Wait, Queen Historia? You're kidding, right? Sorry, my bad.
okay, you don't have to fluctuate the voice like that. You could just read it as normal.
There we go.
Even me, I'm trying to just like, with the story, like, what's that?
Get her done.
But Levi explains, the coup d'etat was successful, but the people won't follow military rule forever. We need to give them a heartwarming story, one where the rightful heir retakes her crown from the pretender. Historia, she seems sad as she responds, "Oh, I see." Connie then interjects as he raises his hand to ask Captain Levi,
Hey, you heard what Historia was saying earlier, didn't you, Captain? Cause, well, it sounded to me like maybe in siding against her dad, she finally broke off from that part of her life, you know? It's just like...
But then Levi interrupts. Like what? You have something to say? Then say it. A nervous Connie replies, But then Jean, he steps in to help.
Hey, Captain. What Connie's trying to say is that Historia finally broke free from the Rice family and decided she's more than just a bloodline. So for us to force her back into another role for that reason, I just don't think it's fair.
Historia responds, It's fine. If my next duty is to become a queen, then that's what I'll do. Armin asks, But Historia. Historia continues, I do appreciate your concern, but whether this is forced on me is really up to me to decide. And I've decided. Captain, before that, I have one condition for you. And Levi asks, and that is... Historia answers, While my fate is still my own, I want to put everything I have on the line. And now there's a quick jump in time as now we see Historia walking into the meeting room with her scout uniform on, walking proudly. She joins her team as she stands next to Mikasa in line. And we see Mikasa. She leans over to tell Historia, Once you're queen, you can punch that smug runt right in the face. Historia's eyes widen. But now, the meeting is about to begin. A scout starts.
Sirs, we have determined that the Rice Titan's location. It's southwest approaching Orvid. It's fast. At this rate, it'll reach the walls before dawn.
A leading member of this meeting and a senior garrison soldier replies, Right. Understood. Commander Irvin, I'm sure everyone here would like to hear your plan. How will we evacuate the people in such a short time? And Commander Irvin responds,
That's not part of the plan.
And the room stands silenced.
The people of Orvid District will need to stay exactly where they are.
And now garrison soldiers begin looking at each other in the room, confused. The senior garrison soldier asks Irvin, But, Commander! And Commander Irvin sternly stares at the room of garrison soldiers, strong and composed. And we then get a look outside of the walls of Orvu District as the Rice Titan continues its fast approach. To be continued.
Dun dun dun.
That damn Irvin and his plans keeps them close to the chest.
He's like, oh.
And when he unveils them,
they're not going anywhere. They're stuck.
So, let's go ahead and let's talk about this very quickly. Let's talk about what Levi has to tell Historia. And it's something that obviously is very important. It's something that Hanji and Commander Irvin talked about way early on in Season 3. Once he found out really why, Kenny and the crew are after Historia.
Yeah.
They go ahead and they find this file of Rod Rice. And then we find out really Historia and, the truth.
Yeah.
She's not Krista. She is Historia, right? And we want to say Kyron says, hey guys, I got to go. Something really important just came up. So Kyron,
you're all good birthday,
happy birthday to you. And so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go ahead and sing happy birthday. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kyron. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Kyron, happy birthday, man.
Happy 18th,
and hopefully whatever just came up isn't so important that it messes up your birthday, but hopefully it's birthday related.
It's a good good surprise.
Yes.
Hopefully it's like a present or like.
But we love you, buddy, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week. All right. But yes, we find out that Krista is Historia. Historia is related to Rod Rice, and Rod Rice is trying to take Historia because he has other plans in mind.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time where Levi tells not just Historia, but he speaks it out in front of the rest of the team. Right? They were just going about this plan, talking about the Levi squad, talking about, obviously Jean, Sasha, Connie, Armin, Mikasa, everybody else involved. They're there trying to capture a story because that is an ally. That is one of their team members, right? Now they're finally revealed the real reason why, they went after and tried to go ahead and save her is because of how important she is to humanity going forward, and that is being the new rightful heir
to the throne
as the Queen
Historia.
Queen Historia. And this has got to be so surprising, right? And we literally talked about it, in this episode.
Yeah.
Historia, things are changing so quickly. Things are happening so quickly. Everything that she has already gone through, everything that she, like we talked about the things that she had, that roller coaster, right? And now she's being told that she's going to be the queen of the walls.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And you have people speaking up for her, like Connie's the one who raises his hand. He tries to tell Captain Levi that, look, Captain, I'm sorry, but did you not hear what Historia was saying? Should we really, put her back in he's trying to explain that. And Levi's essentially look, if you got something to say, just say it. And, obviously that kind of freaks out Connie a little bit. But then Jean has to step in. Jean has to try to clarify a little bit. He
does a good job.
And he does. I like it. Jean says, Captain, what Connie's trying to say is that Historia finally broke free from the Rice family. She decided that she's more than just a bloodline. So for us to put her into another role for that reason, I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
And again, that's a good way of putting it, right? But Historia, she steps in and she tells him, look, if that is my next duty is to become queen, then that's what I'll do. And it's kind of similar to what she was having conversations, right? Her response to her father was look, if that is my next duty, then that's what I'll do. And I want to say maybe she's kind of like what you had mentioned with that decision. Maybe at this current decision, she's 50-50 a little bit.
I mean, she even basically, hold up. What is the exact line she says? She said, whether this is forced on me is really up to me to decide. Yeah. So she understands that she has the freedom to choose whatever she wants to do. Yeah. So I feel like it's a little bit different of an approach from than it was before. Because last time it felt like she was forced into it. This time she's coming at it with the mindset of, this time, I can do what I want.
She has a different understanding of it. Yeah,
she knows that she can say yes or no. But she also understands her obligations as heir to the throne.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows that this is ultimately her choice. And she even says, while my fate is still my own, I want to put everything I have on the line. And that is a stipulation that she has to agreeing to do this, right? And I think that she knows in her heart that, and we're going to find that out. Obviously, it is, kind of a spoiler, but if there's anybody that's going to go ahead and take down this Titan, kill her father, she knows that this bloodline has to essentially end by her hands, right?
Yeah.
She's going to go ahead and take the responsibility, and I think that's why we see that is her condition, is she wants to put everything on the line. And that's why we see her back in uniform. We see her proudly stepping into that meeting room, joining her team, her allies, her Levi squad, standing next to another badass person and Mikasa, right? And even Mikasa has a cool little quote here that she says, hey, once you're queen, you can punch that smug runt right in the face. And I don't know if calling him a runt is calling Levi a runt just an Ackerman thing? I don't know.
I think it is. I think she said it because he says it.
Yeah. But we know that Historia, she knows that she's not going to, she doesn't feel satisfied
Yeah.
being just given this mantle of being the queen. She kind of wants to go ahead and show and prove, that I don't want to say that she's going to prove that she deserves to be queen, but I mean, because we know
like
that
this isn't her trying to prove that she deserves to be queen. This is her settling unfinished business.
yeah.
And this is her first personal responsibility as the queen. Is to I gotta take out the trash, basically.
As a queen, or
she wants to earn it.
I love it. Yeah, she wants to earn it. And
She's gonna take that throne.
she's for sure going to take that throne.
She'll come out.
And also too, I'm trying to think here. With her, Levi mentions about this story, right? About a heartwarming story, right? She's saying that, or I should say, Levi is explaining that right now they are under a military rule, but that won't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
We need to give them a heartwarming story. This is one where the rightful heir retakes her crown from the pretender. We know the pretender obviously was this pretending king who was essentially the throne was being ran by a council.
Just like a figurehead.
And I think that this heartwarming story, it does go a long way if we see Historia kind of on the front lines a little bit, right? It holds a little bit more weight. I'm sure things would have been fine too, even if
the queen isn't just
another figurehead.
Someone who actually can take action and take matters into her own hand.
Yeah.
So that kind of adds to the whole. She's gonna be much more well received.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I think that by, as Eddie mentioned, earning it, it shows to the people that this is somebody that this queen is somebody that they can follow. And I think that does go a long way too.
100%.
But poor Connie, man. Connie was trying to just stick up for Historia.
He tried his best. He did a good job.
Yeah.
Levi's just very intimidating.
Mm-hmm. But I think Historia, regardless, she appreciates the support and the concern from her friends, but that's when she says that ultimately this is her decision, and yeah.
She can do whatever she wants to do.
But now let's talk about what is said in this meeting. And are we surprised by Irvin's words? We shouldn't be, because we've seen this before from him.
I'm not. At this point, when I remember first watching it, he said it, and I was like, I literally said, a fucking course.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. I was just in my head, I was probably saying there's no way he's gonna make them stay. But I know that's a very Irwin thing to do, but there's no way he's gonna genuinely just be no, they're gonna stay there. They're gonna chill out, have fun.
Yeah.
He's yep, they're just gonna stay right there. What?
He says the people of Orvu district will need to stay exactly where they are. And clearly you had this senior garrison soldier who wants to get these people to safety, right?
Yeah.
Right. But man, that's not what Irvin has in mind. He
says, "Oh no, I'm gonna use them as bait." They're just gonna.
He's saying that they will need to essentially act like normal.
Nothing happened.
There's nothing in the way. There's nothing that's approaching. Right? Just act as normal.
Be fine.
And but we know that this thing is approaching fast, as it's described that it'll reach the walls before dawn. We see that as the episode ends here. The Rice Titan is very, very close. And Irvin wants them to just not do anything.
Just chill out, have fun.
Yeah.
Relax, enjoy the view. It's free entertainment. A very unfair David.
Yeah, it's just an adrenaline rush, It's just an adrenaline rush here. But
you guys are adrenaline junkies, right? You guys like thrills.
Just when you think,
Show you something. Me show you a thrill.
Just when you think Irvin is losing the room, right? You have these soldiers that are all kind of, whispering, snickering to each other. They're all confused. They're all, it's again, this guy's a crazy man, but what is Irvin doing? He is standing there in front of the room, tall, proud, composed, strong,
Dude,
eyeing them all down.
He is
And-
not phased at all in the slightest. He knows. He's like, I don't care. Whatever I say, you're going to do it.
And this
it's gonna
guy
get done.
loves to take risks. You know?
I would love to see him at a casino.
Oh my gosh. He's either going to win big or he's just going to...
Lose once and be like, that is all for tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. Would he have a gambling addiction? He would for sure, huh? Because he loves to gamble
100%.
here, yeah.
100% he would.
Yeah.
He would go every night. If he loses on the first one, he's done. But if he wins, God help everybody else in that casino.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just, again, I admire Commander Irvin just for his composure.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, when you watch this scene, it's just another example of him just being strong and committed.
It's just being Erwin.
Yeah.
That's it.
And regardless of what anybody else is feeling, and we know that the room is feeling fear, I'm sure that even his own scouts are fearful of what could potentially go wrong. And there's a lot that could go wrong. I mean, there's literally a Titan that is described as twice the size of the Colossal Titan approaching. And when you have somebody that's telling you, all right, Captain, how do we get... Commander, what do we do? What are the next steps to make sure that everybody is
Safe.
safe? Nothing. Everybody is acts as normal.
Relax. Hang out.
It's like, what? And then you see him. This isn't a joke. He's literally just,
He's just stirred. He's just
yeah.
living there. Also, I 100% agree with Heisei. I would love to meet.
Yeah, Bryce Papenbrook, yeah.
That would be absolutely amazing.
Bryce Papenbrook, who is Aaron.
Gotten a glimpse of Chris Sabat and Sean Schimmel
You got a glimpse of him over at an anime convention?
at Anime Expo.
Anime Expo.
2019.
Oh.
Let's go. I'm not gonna be able to go to Anime Expo this year.
Why?
I'm gonna be in Vegas.
Oh, that'll be the weekend you're in Vegas. Interesting.
But it's for Baby Bro. I have to.
Yes, and
And
Baby Bro?
He knows damn well what to expect.
yeah. Baby Bro is our friend Nate. Nate plays bad, and hopefully you guys get to go ahead and meet Nate.
That's the plan. We're working out the kinks.
Yep. Heisei says also Bryce Papenbrook is Inosuke.
Oh my God! You're not caught up on Demon Slayer.
Nope.
Oh, that's what ended. Demon Slayer ended. Oh,
I'm not caught up.
damn it, AJ. Watch more anime. I wish I could take a cord, plug it in you, and just.
It's be like me getting all the memories and everything, from like Aaron experiences. For we're just
And then he knows everything. Now you're caught up on One Piece. So now that you know that, I broke him. I think I broke him. AJ. Good morning, sunshine. The world says hello.
eat me.
Just watch.
Eat me.
Kill me. AJ. Wait. No. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's got to be terrible.
Oh.
You imagine getting spoiled,
We
everything, all
already talked
that.
about this. I finished Spider-Man. I watched it. I finally.
Oh, did you?
I finally watched it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
So good.
Did you know there's two versions?
There is, the second version is a different introduction to the Spider-Man, Oscar Isaac Spider-Man. Yeah. Is there a third?
More.
Oh.
There's a like in your version. Like, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse, go watch it.
Uh-huh.
Did your Miles Morales ride on Spider-Horse when he's getting chased?
It's a specific detail that I can't necessarily recall.
So when he's getting
There's
chased,
one where he rides and there's one where he doesn't.
He's Well, I've seen people say that they didn't see him riding the horse, and I've seen people say that it's them both.
Yes.
And I've seen more people say that they were like, he rides the horse, and he rides the spider
Eddie
horse.
is saying multiple versions are being released
Yes.
across theaters.
Now, the theory is the one that's going to be canon is whatever gets put on streaming platforms.
Interesting.
By the way, I loved that movie. I absolutely
I
loved that
can't
movie.
wait for the
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
yeah.
Bro, Miles from Earth 42, Prowler,
Yeah.
has that light skin stare, smolder. Just, oh, bro. What?
There it is.
Eyeing each other down.
I haven't seen it.
Damn it.
Eddie. You have to see it, dude. You have to. And literally your words. You have
Literally.
multiple versions you can
banned.
decide.
I've been shadow banned for talking about it.
As soon as that happened.
There we go.
Just spoil it, Eddie says. No, there's no reason to spoil it.
Black Force energy. I say yes, yes. Black Force energy, Black Air Force energy, 100%. Yeah, the movie was so good. I heard The Flash was terrible.
I want to see The Flash. I haven't, but I've heard that
What?
they're saying that it's
Wanna go?
not. Don't say it. I'm probably gonna see it this week with my dad. But from my understanding, it says that it's not that it is necessarily terrible. It's just that it is forgettable.
That makes it terrible in my opinion.
Yeah. And forgettable is not a word you want to hear attached to something that is supposed to be connected to a universe.
Yeah,
So yeah. Also, I heard CGI is bad as well.
but we are getting what's his name?
Yeah, Michael Keaton. Batman Beyond.
No.
That was supposed to happen if it was going to be successful.
We're getting Guardians of the Galaxy director.
Yeah, James Gunn. He's overseeing.
he's going over to
yeah,
casino.
yeah. Well, he technically has already because he did the last
Oh, yeah.
Suicide Squad, but now he is essentially the showrunner. He's like,
confirmed he's
yeah,
large and in charge now.
yeah.
I haven't seen Guardians 3 yet.
Ooh, you need to see that.
Is it still in theaters?
I would imagine so. Yeah,
I might go tonight.
yeah.
and
Because I think that it's one of those movies where it'll probably make you cry.
I heard that I'm gonna cry over Rocket.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told a million times over. The other Miles has an accent because he spent more time with his mom. Yes, yes, I did notice that.
That's a good insight.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good, AJ. It's so I keep learning little things. But did you know? This is where I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna nerd out on you. So, Spider-Punk, right?
Yeah.
Hobie. Now, remember how I told you a while back why I love Into the Spider-Verse? The first one is because Miles is animated at 2 frames per second, so he looks chunkier because he's still learning his powers. Then when he learns his powers,
Yes,
he's
I remember
1
you
frame
saying
per
that.
second. Now, because Hobie's an anarchist, right? What they did with him, why he looks so different and he stands out so much. He's animated at 3 frames per second.
Okay.
Or like he only moves once every 3 frames. So like you get the super smooth, they move with each frame for the regular spider people. Miles, when he's like in his header and his ship, goes at two frames. And then Hobie goes at 3 frames. And he's just like, because it's just basically Hobie just being like, fuck everybody. I'm on my own wave.
Yeah.
Hobie's like
Hope he's cool. Yeah. Hope you're gonna see him.
favorite Spider-Man from the movie. That's like somewhat of a character. Like main character has a line. In terms of like into, across, and then we don't know who's gonna be in Beyond yet, but
Yeah.
out of the characters that we
I would imagine that Beyond is going to have the Tobys, the Andrew, the Tom Hollands. I would think that maybe they would throw them in there. You'd think that they would be probably in like the final movie.
they talk about
They talk about Tom Holland.
yeah, they talk about from Earth 1099.99 and the Doctor Strange and that stupid nerd.
Yeah.
Little nerd. 2099?
That one is Oscar Isaac, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, there it is. Do I have a favorite? I don't know. I mean, I think that the main characters are pretty badass. I like Spider-Gwen. I mean, she's cool.
You don't like the T-Rex?
Nah. T-Rex was...
I think my favorite one is the Indian.
yeah, he was cool.
Chai tea.
Yeah.
Chai is tea. It's like saying tea. Do you want some coffee with some sugar? I fucking love it. I don't know why I love that
Heis's
line
favorite
so much.
is the cat.
The cat is goated. We got Penny Parker back. The mech suit.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
At the end.
Yeah, at the end.
And then she's there.
She
when,
had her team. Yeah.
Well, she's there at the team, and then she's also there when
Spider-Pig.
they're talking to him
Oh.
before he dips. Before he tries to run away, because Penny's there.
Ugh.
And she had her canon event.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
So good. I'm obsessed. That's all my feed is.
Oh,
right
that's
here.
why Eddie hasn't seen it yet. He says, I haven't seen it because I'm waiting to watch it with my girlfriend maybe this Tuesday. Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
Look, literally off the bat, I go to my Discover, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
More Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, One Piece, and Pokemon. Spider-Man, and Dragon Ball.
Nice.
Spider-Man. God, I'm such a nerd. I love it.
Righty. Well, Eddie, you need to go watch
Go watch
Across the Spider-Verse, and Zach, you need to see Guardians 3.
it. Yes, I do. That is my homework.
And I think that's it, guys. Then that's what we got. Hi, says I bought collectors of Spider-Man 2. So hyped. That's the PlayStation one, right?
Oh, I need it. I need it in my life so bad. I need that game in my life. I'm about ready to buy the collector's edition.
Too bad it's PlayStation exclusive, huh? It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Sony game.
Yeah. That's too bad. This means I'll probably never play it. How sad is that?
Come over and play it.
I could.
It's gonna be so good.
But is it going to be collector's edition, though? Is there a difference between the collector's edition and... Oh.
Extra skins, little nick.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. But I think that's all we got for you guys today. All right, sisters, get a PS5, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I ever win one in a raffle, I'm getting it to you.
That'd be cool. I would for sure get Spider-Man. But I don't really game as much, though. That's the thing. Is that I probably will start gaming if I were the case.
More often use my PS5 as like a beefed up Fire Stick.
Same.
Crunchyroll, Funimation.
Yep.
Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. Everything's on there.
Same. And then the only other game I play usually every year when it comes out, which is, I don't know what to expect. It's always the same game, but no, it's Madden. I play Madden every time.
A lot of people are gonna hate me for this. I don't understand the fucking point of sports games.
So you know what? That's a good point. Because...
Just go do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I've always been. I've always been like, just fucking go do it. Why fucking play it on a game when you can...
But I think what it is, too, even going to an even more extent there, it's like Madden, it's the same game every year. Why I play it, I don't know. I think maybe it's because I continued playing it every year through my childhood. So now it's like somehow
nostalgia
inside of me, it's like this childhood version of myself just like, oh, the new one's out. I need to buy it. And I do. I get excited about it. And it's like because it's new and it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then you realize
it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, this is the same premise.
You get every year.
The only other game that I played that was like taking a lot of my time was obviously what is it called? One Piece Odyssey.
You did love that one.
Yeah, I put a lot of hours into that. I'm waiting for more DLCs. Like if there's more, they had a DLC recently, and I played that.
I've been absolutely.
Bro, I'm stuck on a certain boss in this DLC. I need to keep training. It pisses me off. Damn it! Literally, I think it is the boss, the final boss here.
Character?
I don't know if I want to tell you because I guess I could. I mean, it's not a spoiler or anything, but it is a spoiler. But I don't know if you're ever gonna play it though.
Probably not.
But it's like this DLC is about altering memories and stuff, right? And so from then, that's pretty much the premise of the game. But
it goes to an even deeper extent to where now there's a different variation of these cubes. It's like a darker version of these cubes, right? The cubes is what kind of generates power, and so
I remember. We kind of, you showed me a little.
Yes, and so now it's like you go through the Straw Hats have to go through now the different arcs again, and they have like the main villains have now this evil, stronger version of this cube, right? That enhances their abilities and stuff. So you go through the arcs and you're fighting against, again, the usual people. Then you get to the last part. You get to Dressrosa, where now it's like you show up and you are told that Doflamingo has been defeated already.
Oh.
Yeah, and so now Doflamingo isn't the one that has this cube, and you're like, who is it? And who do you think has the cube?
There's no way it's like Kaido or Big Mom.
No, none of them, because they're after. And so let me give you an example here. So this isn't the final boss, but what happens is
Cody?
No. You get closer to the boss, who's going to be the strongest person that you have to face here. But then you come across this different version of this character in the story. I can't remember what her name is per se, but she is the one that's able to transport, Luffy and the Straw Hats into these worlds, right? Yeah. And so there's an evil version of her that gives these cubes to these people, right? And so what she can do is she can bring people from different timelines to have them fight the Straw Hats. And so who she brings, and she alters their minds too.
I feel like Blackbeard's the obvious one, but it's not Blackbeard.
Who she brings right before you face the main bad guy, she brings Sabo to fight against Luffy. And
that's evil.
So Luffy you have to go ahead and face Sabo, and Sabo was so freaking difficult to go ahead and fight, of course. And then just when you think you're able to, you were like, okay, cool, I beat Sabo, all right.
Don't tell me it's Ace.
No, it's not Ace.
That would have really.
And then you go to the castle, and who's there waiting for you at the castle? Is somebody who has a bone to pick with Doflamingo. Somebody who...
Is it the... What's his name? The husband? The knight? The dude at one lake?
No.
I want to pick with Doflamingo. Is it a warlord?
Room.
Oh, it's Law! What?
It's Traffy. Trafalgar Law.
The episode that came out yesterday is a big Law episode. Law makes big boy moves.
Yeah.
I don't know why that didn't pop in my head automatically.
So he is the guy who has this power, but what he did was he used the power, this cube, to defeat Doflamingo. But then once he comes across Luffy and the Straw Hats, his mind was altered to essentially go after them, and that's who I'm having a difficult time beating. And I can't beat him.
God, I love Law. Also, I have not played nor seen the Demon Slayer game.
I haven't, no.
I haven't even seen gameplay of it. I do want to get, what was it we were talking about? The My Hero Rumble?
Yeah.
The Battle Royale?
Yeah.
That looks fire.
Yeah, but those damn Battle Royale games, man.
But you can be Cementos and just build a house.
I'd rather be Shiggy and destroy all the houses.
I'll be Overhaul. Shiggy, Overhaul.
Yeah.
We need a third. Who's going to be our Nomu?
I don't know. Perhaps one of our friends.
Who would like to be our Nomu?
You let us know.
Or we could have someone be Dobby.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That could be Dobby.
We'll figure all of that out later. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's it for this podcast episode. We covered a lot. We even covered about Historia and her nobody of a, father, I guess. I mean, her
deadbeat
dad, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's it. So that wraps up another episode of Attack to Talk. This is season 3. Remember, guys, new episodes will be streamed live on Twitch every Sundays. And if there's anything that changes, make sure that you get all of your updates on Instagram. Make sure you follow us. Hi, so I don't want to be that little brat L character, Gabi. I don't even think she's... Yeah, Gabi is... Who wants to be Gabi?
No, Dobby.
Yeah, Dobby.
Dobby, not Gabi. Wrong anime. Technically right anime for the podcast, wrong anime for the game. Dobby.
Now, if there was a battle royale of AOT characters, then you already know they're going to be the most overused characters, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and I don't think Gabi's one
That's
of
why I'm
them.
going to pick Zero.
Yeah.
I'm talking about AOT.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm my one-track mind.
So
Gabi is a pretty lame character.
I don't think anybody's choosing Gabi.
No one is.
Dobby from Harry Potter.
Oh my god. Okay. My buddy said that I nailed this impression, but you're the impression master.
Have
Have you seen Harry Potter?
I have seen some Harry Potter, yeah.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free.
Does he disappear afterwards? He does,
It's just free.
Doesn't he disappear? Like vanishes because he's free, no longer of this world. There's no way he's free just roaming around.
No, he dies in the next book.
Oh, never mind. He's not free.
Or next couple books.
So, I think that's yes. Heise says he dies.
He dies.
You guys tell me. You guys tell Zach. Did he nail that impression? I want to say yes. I think that was pretty good.
Did Master do a good
When I close
Dobby
my
impression?
eyes, I definitely pictured Dobby.
Master has given Dobby a sock.
I just said yes. So there it is. Yeah.
There we
Good
go.
job.
Heise approved. Jaegerist approved.
I like it. So remember, guys, get your updates on Instagram. Make sure you follow us at Attack to Talk Podcast. New episodes, remember, guys, are published every Friday. We did a pre-recorded episode because we also didn't want to leave you all hanging because I was away, you know, and we wanted to have an episode for you guys. So hopefully you guys checked it out. It was a fun episode. I got pee-shamed, which I've been holding my pee this entire episode.
I have to. I've had to since like hour and a half ago. Not gonna lie. Before we even started the first bit of the actual episode, I was like, shit.
Here it is. I have to pee. It's okay. We're holding it together. We're staying strong. And but yeah, guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. And new episodes are published Fridays, guys, on our many different platforms. Make sure you look at the link tree available on our Instagram profile page to see all those different platforms. And yeah, we shouted out our friend and our buddy and our editor, Nate, a little while ago. We want to go ahead and thank Nate again. Check out NatePlaysBad, guys, over on his Twitch channel.
Go support him. Show him some love. His birthday's coming up.
Yeah. Birthday's coming up. Hopefully we get him on the pod before the birthday. That'd be awesome. No promises though, guys. But I think that'd be awesome. And that's okay. But we love Nate. Nate does so much for this podcast. Yeah, and without Nate, who knows where this podcast would be. So very quickly, guys, we want to go ahead and shout out some merch opportunities for you guys. In our link tree, we go ahead and have different ways for you guys to go ahead and browse through some merch. One of them being Collector Sesh. In the link tree, there is a link for you guys to use that'll take you to Collector Sesh's online store, do some browsing, check for the different anime stuff they have available. And if you guys want to see more, they have their Instagram, Collector Sesh. That is collector_sesh. They also have a second Instagram at Geeky Statues. Check it out, guys. And if you guys want to go ahead and search for some more anime merch and other merch involving, you know, we talked about some DC stuff with the Flash film. We talked about Marvel stuff with Guardians film. We talked about, obviously, Spider-Man, you know. And if you guys are interested in even looking to see what merch is available there, check out Fandomion. There's a link in a link tree that'll take you to Fandomion's online store. And guess what? There is a code for you guys to use. That promo code is LEX, L-E-X. For 10% off for you guys' purchase order. Yeah, they have a lot over at Fandomion, guys, so go ahead and check it out. And if you guys see something you like, use that promo code LEX for 10% off of your purchase order. Now we want to talk about some art, obviously starting with our buddy ArtofCesar. Caesar is incredible, and Caesar is very, very talented. And Eddie, hopefully that I believe it was like the art walk you guys do. I know you mentioned that you were going to go ahead and see Caesar, which is awesome. I love when those worlds kind of collide. Hopefully it went well. And shout out to Caesar for being just incredibly talented. And check out his Instagram, guys. Check it out. It's at ArtofCesar. You need to check it out because, again, his art is just incredible. And if you guys like what you see, you guys can go ahead and purchase some of his art over in our link tree. There's a link for you guys to use that'll take you to his Etsy store. and you guys can buy some of his art. So shout out to Caesar. And he says, yes, we got to see each other. Super cool guy. Of course, he always sends his well regards. Yeah, exactly.
Love you, Caesar. Thank you.
Caesar's awesome. And we want to now shout out Eddie, because Eddie was obviously at this art walk because he is another incredible artist. So if you guys want to see Eddie's art, go ahead and follow him on Instagram at ArtDewan, as ArtDewan. Check it out, guys. And shout out to Eddie, because he not just does art, but he also comes up with content over on his YouTube. So check out his YouTube channel at Eddie Hinston. And yeah, just shout out to Eddie for being just very, very creative and being one of our many talented friends. Yeah, guys. So we have so many incredible friends. So shout out to all of you. Shout out to you guys for continuing to support us and just checking us out. We missed you guys so much. Honestly, it was tough, guys. It was tough. It was tough when Sunday came around and I was like, man, I'm not doing an episode. You know, it's like
I had no clue. My whole ruined. It's ruined.
Yeah.
Know what to do.
I remember I was at dinner, you know, over in Mississippi, and you know, there's a 2-hour difference. So when it was like 8 o'clock, I was like thinking to myself, man, at this time, like
I was this close to buying a flight and tracking you down.
Yeah.
And just bringing all the equipment, being like, I need it.
Yeah, here we go. You ready to do this podcast?
I need it. Bring it back.
That'd have been interesting. A surprise stream over in Mississippi.
Take you guys out for a nature walk or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of green out there for sure.
I'm sure it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. Mississippi was an incredible trip, and again, an incredible experience, as I met so many incredible people. And I do want to say, for my buddy who actually is a fan of Attack on Titan that I met over there in the plant, and he wanted to go ahead and find the podcast. So I sent him the YouTube link, and he followed. And so I want to say shout out to my buddy Mississippi Mike.
Shout out
To Mississippi Mike.
Track down age.
Yeah, Mike was just another awesome dude. Honestly, let me tell you this, Zach. All the guys there at the plant were so kind. You know, you're walking. They obviously all have their tasks and stuff, right? But if you're walking through and you're kind of just like, oh, hey, you know, good morning, or hey, how's it going? You know, they're all going to go ahead and be very, very respectful and very kind and stuff, you know. But the ones that, you know, me and my other, you know, me and my dad and, you know, our boss worked with closely, I mean, they all were just great to be around. You know, it honestly was it was sad leaving, because I'm not a fan of goodbyes. You know, and so that one was tough. While I was definitely ready to go home, it was still tough saying bye to the guys that I work with closely over in the shop and stuff.
Yeah.
And Mike's one
that real connection.
Yeah, you know, Mike's one of those guys, you know, where we worked with him over the weekend, and you know, every time we saw him at the shop, you know, he had his own obligation, you know, his own, you know, machine to go ahead and run. And every time passing by, you know, go ahead and give him a shout out, you know, say, you know, hey, what's up, Mike? This and that, right? He would go and say bye as he was leaving too. Yeah, everybody that I said bye to, you know, it was tough, but who knows? I'll probably see them again, you know. And they were talking about doing another job over there, and yeah, so it'd be cool to go ahead and see them again. But yeah, shout out to Mississippi Mike for following the podcast.
Let's go, Mike.
All right, guys. So that's what we got for you. Hi, this is AJ. We're doing this episode right here at the restaurant. I can't see that.
Probably see me going to Lost Pizza. Like,
Yeah.
AJ, I found you. Ironically, we're at Lost Pizza, but I found you.
Like, dude,
No.
I knew you were going to be at this pizza place. Hey, and then I'm like, oh, hey, Zach, come here. Come meet my two friends.
If you go to Mississippi again,
Yeah.
I'm going to fly out there and camp out at Lost Pizza and wait for you.
Yeah.
So I know you'll go back.
Dude, we can go on a double date. You know, there's this place that they were talking about, and we're talking about going on Friday, because I flew back early Saturday. It's called Blue Canoe. It's kind of like this bar scene with live music. Excuse me, and that was kind of the plan. And I went to Lost Pizza on Wednesday. After work, you know, we went and we grabbed dinner. We wanted pizza, and this was a place that people recommended. And we looked at Yelp and stuff, and this was, you know, it was a lot of people's favorite, and so we give it a shot. And the pizza was good. The pizza was really good. But then when I was chatting up with my two friends, what's one thing that bugged my boss was, look, dude, like, you could have totally just got the numbers and told them, hey, so I'm going to be going to Blue Canoe on Friday, and I would like for you both to join me.
And I could have flown out by Friday.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, you definitely could have. But you know what? I didn't do that, obviously. And if I had another opportunity, guess what? I'm going again to Lost Pizza. Zach's flying down there too. We're going to go to Lost Pizza.
And we're going to live stream it.
We're going to live stream the entire thing to where you can go ahead and see me talking to my two friends. And I'm going to be like, hey, Zach, come here. And then we're going to Blue Canoe.
I'm going to give him the Universe 42 mile stare though.
There you go.
Get my Prowler going.
Yeah, get your Prowler on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And,
I cringe at myself.
No, but that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
You know what? It's still a work in progress. And again, we need your guys' help to go ahead and kind of,
Blow it up.
Get us spotlighted, get us going. But me and Zach have some things in the work to try to get our names out there, and that's something that we still have to both work at. And yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle, but me and Zach were fighters, so you know what? We're going to go ahead and get a part in that live action,
Speak it.
And
yes, we are.
Obviously, I have my ambitions, I have my goals, and I have my person that I want to be, and no doubt I definitely can play that character. Obviously being Shigaraki, but part of the entertainment business is also
AJ for Shiggy.
Knowing that when you're starting, you kind of have to build into it, and hey, if that means that I get to be another character, then so be it. It'll hurt, but I'm gonna prove why I am worthy of being this character. And yeah, I know who Zach should be, and that's yeah, that'd be awesome, Zach. If you were from that company you were rating auditions, that'd be super cool. Yeah. How did you get into this? Honestly, it's just by putting yourself out there. That's just what it is. When you have something kind of in mind, you have to, one, kind of do your research, find out how you can go ahead and try to get into it. And then you see what steps and what measures it takes. And that's really where me and Zach are at right now. Like, we know that we're essentially going to need representation. We're going to need to go to a talent agency to find a booking agent. Yeah. And from then on, you have a booking agent that's going to be able to try to find work for you. And that's kind of where me and Zach are at right now, where we need to find a reliable talent agency. And so me and Zach actually have something planned where we're going to do our headshots, and then we're going to put ourselves out there. And yeah, so Eddie's saying, do I just post you on my story to get your audition out there? Ooh, that would be good. Zach will be Bakugo. That could be amazing. But
I would love that.
The thing is, though, unfortunately, Bakugo was one of those names that was already casted.
Yeah. I'll just take it from him.
But yeah, but to your question here, Eddie, honestly, anything would help.
Repost,
right?
Share.
Yeah, anything.
It out,
so
put it on
obviously, social media is huge. We know that TikTok is huge. So, if you can go ahead and repost over on TikTok, yeah, posting over on your story, that'd be awesome. Eddie's saying that I'm on that too, because honestly, going to film school and art school is too hard. It takes too long. So honestly, just do it through an agency. Yeah, that's the thing, is that people say that the best way to do it is to get experience by going to school for, right? Yes, that is probably your best route, right? Because obviously a big important part of it is networking. And so when you go through schooling, you're already learning, you're already networking, right? And you already kind of have, an advantage. You're a step ahead of the game. But there's something called ambition, right?
And there are so many actors who didn't go to school, but what they did was they were ambitious. They had the heart and desire to do it. And guess what? I talked about it in the podcast 2 episodes ago. Things are going to be hard. Things are going to be tough, but you need to put in the work. You need to go ahead and work hard at it. And there is going to be an element of luck that's going to be involved, right? And that's why I said for me, I need that element of luck of just getting noticed, you know? Mm-hmm. But then if I get that element of luck of getting noticed, I need to then put in the work to prove to the powers that be that I am somebody that they can trust with a role, right? And you need to understand too is that the process is going to be ongoing because you go through an audition, they give you a chance, you can pretty much bet that there's going to be multiple other auditions because what they're doing is they're going to cut down their list to a few people, right?
Yeah, they're going to start off with maybe like 30, 40, maybe more, then dial it down to like 20, then maybe 10, then maybe 5, then maybe 3, then bring it down to 2, and then pick their one.
And that's what it is that a lot of times too, when it gets to these, you know, you're crunching down the final potential cast members, is that you're going to end up doing, you know, like script reads. You're going to end up doing, you know,
you're going to have them interacting with other members of the cast that have already been approved.
With potential other people that are going to be casted just to see what the chemistry's like, just to see how well you work with an ensemble. You know, a lot of times too, there's going to be, you know, improvisation. Also, they're probably going to have you read for different characters because, you know, they're trying to see where they can fit you in, right? But again, that only is if you put in the work and you show them that you're somebody that, you know, that can go ahead and you know, do the job, essentially. But something that I know that I have holding against me is the lack of attention, the lack of, I don't have any credits. Like, to me, my extent of acting is doing plays in, like, church when I was in high school. Like, that is my extent of what my acting is, and that's something where, for me, I was always, like, in school, I was always just trying to be an athlete, right? But come to find out that, hey, doing plays is actually pretty cool. And so here I am now, kind of like, man, you know what? I have a lot of work cut out for me, I should say. And I'm just trying to put the work in to go ahead and get something to where if I go to some sort of agency, you know, and I want to have a meeting, and then I can go ahead and tell them what my aspirations and what my goals are and stuff, and I can show them kind of the passion that I have and stuff, and hope that would be enough to go ahead and get a start, get a look, get somebody who would be willing to represent me, and then yeah, a lot of it too is also your appearance, you know, unfortunately. So for all I know, they can get a look at me and be like, look, with all due respect, you don't have the look. Be like, well, I think you're wrong, but you know, I'll go ahead and go to a different agency. But yeah, there's so many steps and measures. It's trying to get into the entertainment business. It's one of the more difficult businesses to try to get into, but also there is the strike that's happening. So that's why I feel like there is a window of opportunity, because work has stopped. And so now this is my window to try to find something, because when they go back to work, I want to be somebody that they could potentially, you know, have in mind for roles, whatever, right?
And they can hit the ground running and just throw them into an interview.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you just never know. But Eddie says, I genuinely want to become a movie director, and if I'm lucky enough, even to get to direct live action AOT movies. But of course, being ambitious and now well, that's what it is, man. A lot of it too is kind of what you're doing now, and that is creating content already, you know, by you
getting used to being in front of a camera, getting used to interacting with an audience.
Yeah, but as directing, you know, that's something where...
Oh, yeah, in terms of directing, it's a little bit more complex.
Yeah, you're going to need to... Directing's tougher, but, you know, you have people who you hear about, they have like their own already support team. They have their own already kind of like group of friends where maybe they're kind of like also in that same realm, right? Where what they do is they come up with their own little small films, right? Short films. And you kind of just work from there. You know, you start off by creating short films, you go ahead and you kind of try to make each one better, maybe even more. And then this is where it's tough, where you have to invest in it, you know, put it, you know, you have to get the right equipment, the right, you know, there's a certain quality that people are going to want to go ahead and see. But then if you continue to go ahead and create stuff and they get better, and next you know you're improving, then you never know. That's the thing, is that a film could kind of go ahead and generate interest, and people can become fans of maybe a short film or something that you put out there to people. And then if your work begins to, you know, become highly coveted, then guess what? People are talking about you, and the next thing you know, you might end up getting a call, or you might, if you have your email out there, somebody's going to reach out to you in your email. That's the thing, is that what it takes is just a lot of work, patience, and yeah, it's, you know, just a lot of ambition. And then that's kind of a good start from there. But you also have to do your homework, and you have to go ahead and see what you need to do. And I would say, you know, looking online.
Just doing it, it's about doing the research, figuring out exactly what you need, how you need to get it set up, knowing what settings you need, and then taking the action of going and doing it and just risking it for the biscuit.
Yeah. Heist is asking, is anyone Todoroki? Yes, somebody was also casted as Todoroki.
Also, still watch My Hero. Don't let the fandom scare you away. Watch
is that what Heist said? I personally don't know if I could ever watch My Hero. I seen the fandom and I was like, I don't know. Dude.
AJ, you're cool.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Watch it. It's worth it. The fandom isn't all that bad.
Jacob.
The writer makes fun of the fandom all the time. It's okay.
Watch My Hero. It's one of the most popular anime out there. And I don't know if you enjoy dubbed, but I enjoy dubbed. It sounds like you do enjoy dubbed if you talk about Bryce Papenrug, but there's going to be so many voices that you recall and know from other anime, and that does help with the experience, at least for me. But the characters there's so many characters, and they're so well written, and the arcs are awesome, and you know, a lot of good characters. The villains are awesome too, and it's just got so much for you, and I feel like you're gonna like something about it, and that'll be enough for you to want to continue watching. And that's kind of what it's been like for me. I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of certain things that happen in season 1 that wants you to continue watching, and then you get attached to certain characters and stuff, you know. And so
there's a reason I freaking read the manga.
Yeah,
like it got me. No, My Hero is one of the first anime besides One Piece to really make me want to read manga. Like, I never read manga until recently, and then I caught up on One Piece, and I was like, well, shit, no, I gotta read it because I need to know what happens.
Yeah.
And then My Hero was another one of those anime where I was just like, I can't wait. I don't want to wait. I just read it. And it's so good. So good. Also, Eddie.
Eddie.
Hats. Snapbacks. Snapback hats and just regular t-shirts, graphic tees.
Honestly, I mean, I know the weather doesn't agree with it, but even like beanies.
Oh, beanies.
You know?
Beanies are always a good pick.
Like
that is
beanies.
True. Bucket hats.
Bucket hats for sure too. But I know sometimes skating bucket hats could maybe not be the best choice too. But I mean, I'm also not a skater. I just know that fast movement and fast speeds with bucket hats sometimes aren't the best thing. But if you can find a good bucket hat, then yeah. But also too, I mean, style is kind of just subjective a little bit. You know, like as long as you go ahead and even like, especially with you being a skater, like if you're skating confidently, like in whatever style, like people, I mean, you never know.
You do you, bro.
People might start, you know, start wearing what you're wearing. Shoot, if you go ahead and you wear, for example, you remember, this was something for me when I was younger, but if you start wearing those freaking pants that you can zip to turn into shorts, you know, like if you start wearing those confidently, or like an awesome, like Zach said, a snapback and like, you know, whatever, like you never know. You might have people now start wearing those freaking cargo pants that you can zip into shorts, you know, like you never know. Like I never thought that I'd be wearing Crocs. Shoot, I wear Crocs all the time. I know Crocs probably aren't the best thing for skating, because I know that, you know, obviously skating has their own. But Oh, Eddie says hats and t-shirts because everybody wears that. Yeah, no hats and t-shirts. Yeah, cargo pants that zip into shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for those.
That's what I have.
Yeah, look for those. But also, too, just go thrifting, dude. Like, you can always find a good thrift fit.
That's true. I love thrifting.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that I've found where, just through thrifting. But in terms of style, man, I mean, it's just kind of find what aesthetic you like and then just go ahead and
make it your own.
Just
goth skater. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. See, I say I might dye my hair. Like, do it. That's the thing. You know what? I've dyed my hair a few times, and it's just about doing something that you think might look cool, whatever. And if you don't like it, guess what? You can always dye your hair again. Just be careful though dyeing your hair because it does damage your hair if you do it often. But you're trying to get the Connie hair? There you go.
Oh damn.
That'd be interesting.
Do it and then dye a design into it.
You can go ahead and do that. But
pretty much, dude, just you can go ahead and whatever style it is you choose to go ahead and do, as long as you're doing it confidently, people aren't going to care, dude. That's what it is. And if people do, who cares? People always have opinions of their own, but like, do what makes you happy. Who cares? As long as you're wearing clothes.
Yeah, please wear clothes.
Yeah.
Please wear clothes. Doesn't matter what they are, just wear them.
And shoot, dude, maybe even ask your girlfriend too. And I know that she could probably go ahead and help you with whatever it is and stuff.
Oh God.
Isa says flock hair.
Oh God.
I will say flock any flock after season 3, that hair could work as long as it's not flock season 3 hair. Nobody wants that squirrel tail.
I want Nicolo hair.
Nicolo hair, yeah. I mean,
that's what I want back.
Yeah.
Every day I regret it more and more.
That's all right, dude. It's hair,
It grows back.
It grows back. But yeah, that's kind of just 2 cents here. It's
we don't talk about
not season 3 hair. We don't talk about that. But yeah. But anyways, guys, just in short, do what makes you happy, do it confidently, and in terms of aspiring for certain ambitions and goals, just know that it takes a lot of work, and you're gonna have to work hard at it. So yeah, unless you're just like, you have a family member that is, in the business or something, that's a good story, I guess.
That's true.
But yeah, do your homework, work hard, try to network.
Your network is your net worth. A million times over. Your network is your net worth.
And then you just never know what opportunities can, present themselves because of that. So, yeah.
I found a Guardian showing.
Oh, nice. Soon?
Hour and a half.
Nice. Also, too, Eddie, if, you know what? I was just thinking, we can kind of help ourselves a little bit. Where you want to be a director, we want to go ahead and act. You know what?
Almost.
We can go ahead and try to, work together and build our resumes together. And guess what? You are building short films while we are building credits.
Portfolios, baby.
But there's going to be some sort of substance there to be like, look, you want to see what we were in? This is what we were in. And you never know. And I will say, I will promise you, right, that me and Zach will take roles seriously and we will put it all into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Heise says, I will cheer you all on. You know what? I mean, Heise, if you're interested in trying to, be a part of the creative team, I mean, why not?
But again, guys, it's going to take hard work. Just saying, Eddie, it's an option. Well, guys, with all that being said,
I think it's time.
it's time because Zach has a showing for Guardians.
And I need to pee.
And Zach had to pee for the longest time. But yeah, I want to say again, guys, just, you guys are awesome. We love you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's just felt so good to be back here, guys, being able to go ahead and stream live and talk to you guys. Yeah, a week felt way too long, but yeah, we'll be back, and make sure you guys keep all your updates, or get all your updates over on Instagram, because we might have a midweek podcast episode for you guys if we're able to go ahead and get Nate on the podcast with us.
That'd be awesome.
And yeah, so make sure you guys go ahead and follow us and get all your updates there. Eddie says we'll work in the future for sure. We love you all and have a great night. You too, Eddie. You guys are awesome. We love you guys so much. Shout out to the AOT fam. Shout out to our Levi squad. And make sure you guys look forward to those future Q&As, future poll questions, because we had a lot of fun talking about the 2 that we had for this podcast episode. And I love you too, I say. You guys are awesome. Feels so good to be back. But with all that being said, guys, this is AJ signing off, saying I love you guys. Shout out to our favorite Jaegerist. Our favorite Jaegerist is shouting out all of his fellow Jaegerists. But you guys know the saying, guys. Just stay safe out there. As I mentioned, work hard. Try to stay positive. We love and we hate. So, love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Zach, you want to go ahead and give some nice words of wisdom?
Network is your net worth. Hate, love. Be kind to others. Bye, love you.
But it is, guys. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.